Hello and welcome to episode 26 of the Championship Rounds podcast, the first episode of 2025. Um, we sort of alluded to it on the last episode, but we were sort of right. Fernando Martinez pulls out of his fight against Kazuto Ioka. With influenza allegedly or weight issues, depending on who you want to believe. Not ideal, but there's a couple of people have been saying that they're trying to rearrange it for February, so we'll see. But the card went ahead, and in the other fight we talked about, Hayato Tsutsumi beat the brakes of Ronnie Alvarado, just beat him up for 8 rounds. Got an 8th round stoppage. Is now the WBA number 4 at super featherweight, and I thought it was a really, really good performance.
Yeah, I mean, it's impressive that he stopped him. Because, I mean, he has technically been stopped, but that was on cards. And he's usually, very durable.
And probably count on one hand how many times he's been, hurt, to be honest.
I mean, he's been dropped a couple times. And the move to 130 for Tsutsumi is a very good move. I mean, he looked really strong at 130. Obviously, he missed weight against Moreno, and this was the move for him. I mean, he couldn't keep staying at 126.
He needs to actually stay here.
He needs to not miss weight again.
So I'm saying he needs to be disciplined enough to stick to a weight division.
Did you see
and
how
not just hover over 3 divisions.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he looked massive. I not surprised he missed weight, to be honest. I mean, he looked massive in there against Alvarado.
Alvarado's was at featherweight a lot earlier in his career, but he's been up at lightweight. He was he didn't look too much smaller than William Zepeda, and Tsutsumi looked just so much bigger. I have no idea how that kid even made featherweight in the first place, to be honest. It's ridiculous.
Well, not very easily.
You look drained on the weigh-in day, Monday. You look really drained weighing in at 130.
Probably was.
It's ridiculous, man. This kid's very, very good, man. He's sort of matured into the pros a bit, because early on there was a lot of concern about whether he'd be able to adapt to sort of power punching and putting his shots together in a certain way. Went 3-0 with no stoppages, but now he's just the fight last New Year's Eve in 2023. He looked really, really good, and he's just continued that now. He looks really, really good at 130. He looks strong. He looks big. He looks spiteful. He's mixing his shots up well. He's finding body shots that he wasn't previously finding. He's mixing up speeds. He's now fully turning into a very good professional, I think.
Yeah, this is a good weight for him as well, because 130 isn't the best weight class, admittedly. I mean, it might be a bit of a stretch. I mean, there's probably top 10 guys in this weight that he could beat already.
There's a champion in this weight that he beat already. There's probably 2 champions in this weight that he beat. Being honest.
Oh, skill for skill, he's already up there in the top 5 to 10, probably.
Yep.
And look, it's not often that you say about someone that has had 5 pro fights that they've already been 12 rounds before.
Yeah,
he did that in his third pro, going 12 rounds in his third pro fight. I mean, it wasn't against the best guy, but that's impressive.
Yeah, there's been a couple that start with 8-rounders, and even Andy Cruz that started with 10-rounders. To have a 12-rounder in your third fight is kind of crazy.
You say Gio Santissima. He's not he went 11 with Navarrete. He did okay against Derek Gonzalez. He's not awful. He's not a great fighter, but he's still a decent opponent for that stage sort of thing.
Definitely, especially your third fight.
Yep. They chuck him
that's
in.
That's like a 10th. For a really good prospect, most people would probably fight him around 10 to 13 or somewhere around there. Not 3.
If you look at his opponent, if you look at like his Kenji Fujita fought him in his 5th pro fight, and Shima Miyachi fought him in his 19th. So like yeah, like, and he was durable enough to be like or good enough to be a Joet Gonzalez opponent. And he was good enough to be another rated opponent for the world title. Like he's an okay fighter. But yeah, man, like Tsutsumi's really, really good, man. Like he's big, he's strong. I really think Salas suits him as well. Like the work he's doing with Salas is really helping him, I believe. It's the body work. He's got this really weird left hook as well. Like there's so much you can say about this kid. He's got this really weird left hook where he sort of he'll slip a backhand and bring the left hook round with it as he's slipping in. It's a really good shot, and he nailed Alvarado with it a couple of times. But yeah, he's a really good fighter, man.
One to watch to win
Definitely.
a world title in 2025, if he can get the shot. That is. I mean, he's just got put up to number 4, didn't he, in the WBA ranking?
Yeah, number 4.
Well,
But there is an
if that's the
interim
case,
champion.
I would say if that's the case, he's probably definitely gonna at least have world title shot this year. Getting shot up to the rankings that quickly.
It's weird though, because there's an interim champion, Lamont Roach, who knows what he's doing. Otar Aronosian did get called mandatory, and Elnar Samedov just won an eliminator as well. So like there's like a queue. But yeah, I'd say 18 months. Like within 18 months, he'll be fighting for that world title, and I think
Maybe even shorter than that, because Roach has nastily been shot up to fight like Gervonta Davis, so he really doesn't care about that belt probably. Like he's gonna be moved up to 35 and come down to fight Oder Aronosian. I don't think he's gonna care about that really.
it'll be better
Well,
because wouldn't it?
Oh yeah, but yeah, the line will just get shorter.
It'll get
anyway.
shorter, but like there's a lot of moving parts.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just think he needs to get another fight in like April. I think March or April, and just keep active because he can't just be having 2 fights a year. He needs to stay active this year.
No Gary Russell. None of that.
But yeah, that was all the real boxing talk or like current fight talk that we had.
And it got shaved in half. So.
Yeah, got shaved in half. Like we sort of half predicted that Martinez was going to pull out, but there we go. So what we're going to do to start off 2025, we're going to do a champions tier list between the 3 of us, ranking every world champion in the sport from 105 to heavyweight. And yeah, just grade them as to how good we think they are. So we'll go from 105 to heavyweight, I think.
Yeah, Melvin Jerusalem.
Melvin Jerusalem to start.
He beat Shigioka like this year or 2024.
23. But you also got levered by Collazo.
Was that all? That was all this year. I was like, that was
2023.
No, 2024. Did he beat Shig like win his title?
Yeah, beat Shigioka in 2024.
And then he defended against Luis Castillo too.
Castillo was a good win.
It is. Yeah.
I'd put him in good.
I was gonna say we're gonna base this on resume and how like they are in the ring. I think those 2 wins, and I honestly think he's pretty underrated.
Look, I'm gonna base mine like 70% skill and like 30% who you beat.
I feel like it has to be somewhere right here.
I think he's good. I think you put him in good because the next guy we're talking about beat him conclusively, and I wouldn't put Collazo in great just yet. I'd put him in very, very good. Very good. Collazo.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't put him in great. And because he beat Jerusalem conclusively, I'd put Jerusalem good, Collazo great. I don't know about you two.
No, by the time we get to the end, we'll mix it around like to
Well,
everything except.
I guess it depends. I have like 2 out of 3 in it, so I would put him in decent.
But Jerusalem and decent.
Yeah, so it's all up to you. Good or decent?
I think I think by the time we like get through all the fighters, he'll probably like move a couple pieces. He'll probably he might end up down here, but for right now, I think we can keep him right here, like right in the middle.
Because I would put Koyazo in great. It's heavily being carried by his skill.
Yeah, no, I guess we can go to him right now. He became the first unified champion in 25 years in this weight class. Oh, that's a lie.
First Ring
Chihuahua,
Magazine champion.
first Ring Magazine champion ever. 10 years ago, Chihuahua was unified, but still a long time. Like only one time in this century.
No, Ioka was as well.
Man, I'm just trash.
I
Like these fights like 10 times each, but no, it's just I'm just saying it's like a rarity that things like this happen in this division.
there's only been a handful of unifications at 105, like 4.
Yeah, the oldest one I can remember is Ricardo Lopez and Alex Sanchez when the W,
Which isn't even real. As a fake one.
Yeah.
But
Well,
yeah.
I mean, look, he's just good, isn't he?
Yeah,
I mean,
he was pretty active. He had the little quick Gutierrez stoppage. He had the Zapata one where it was really shaky at the beginning. That was bad at the
see,
start.
the thing with 105 is like there's not like loads of great fighters, but you have exceptions, and I think he's an exception. Like where they're just good.
You know, but I feel like the knockout CB freshman honestly trumps all of it, to be honest, because he completely handled him.
Yeah, I'm happy putting him in great. I'd personally put him at the top end of very good, but yeah, put him in great.
Right. Next we got two-time champion Pedro Tadura.
Okay for me.
Man, I love Tadura, man.
That Shigioka win was really good, but like he
Yeah,
had
it
a
was like,
really
in
competitive fight with
2024.
Jake Camparo, man.
That was at the very end. That was like I think that was the last fight in the list of 2023. Actually,
Yeah, it was between Christmas and New Year. I think it was like the 28th December.
yeah,
But like,
he is probably like he has to be in one of these, but like yeah, he only had one fight last year too. He might have to go here. I really like Tadura. No, he's an underrated fighter, and he should not have 4 losses on his resume.
Well, he probably should have just one, maybe
Yeah, to Wanhang,
one.
but yeah, he's probably.
I mean, I'm fine with him being in okay.
he's
I mean,
okay.
could be indecent, but I mean, I don't really see too much difference between him and Jerusalem. Maybe Jerusalem's a little bit better.
Honestly, when I say I'd favor Jerusalem pretty heavily in that fight.
I would too. He's just like technically better, but Tadura can punch, which is a rarity down here.
I think there's a weird thing with 105 because potentially the best fighter in the division is running around with an IBA pro title, so it's a very weird division. I wish Hassan Boyd does myself forget serious. Anyway,
That's all of 105 here. You
yeah,
can agree on any of them, so that's great. Great start.
I think that's about right. To be honest,
Like Koyazo is in the upper tier. Jerusalem is like in the middle type fighter, and then Taduran is like
yeah,
underrated, but he's not great too.
yeah.
All right,
Mid.
next
Next
is
one. Next one's mid.
no. Panya Pratesbury.
Pena Pradesbury is a mid fighter because he got pummeled by Yudai Shigioka, who then went and lost to Melvin Jerusalem, and then he got pummeled by Carlos Canizares, and he should not be a world champion right now.
Look, the only reason I'm hating ranking him is because he shouldn't be a world champion.
He shouldn't be a world champion, but even if like it's annoying because he would be higher than he's like a decent. He would be like around
Look,
here too.
at 105,
105,
he'd be
he's like
ranked.
somewhere right here.
At 105, he's like decent,
Is he
good.
though?
Yes.
No, he is. But
He's not
now,
better than Jerusalem.
no, he's
But
not. He'd be
he's
like somewhere here.
just
But
a life and death motion.
honestly, he is life or death. He's one of the most fun to watch, but he shouldn't have this belt. To be honest, I'm not gonna lie.
I'll tell you what he is, by the way. He is the light flyweight Joe Joyce.
All right.
Because he just
Okay.
eats shots and keeps fighting.
No,
He's
he
the
does
light
have
flyweight Joe Joyce.
He does have an ATG chin at this weight, to be honest. But I don't think he's as bad as a fighter to be down here. But for him at this weight, as a champion, he's probably have to be the bottom because he shouldn't even be a champion.
Yeah, I'm probably just having a negative reaction because of that. You know, like because of that robbery, I'm probably having a overly negative sort of opinion of him.
Look, I mean, let's be honest. He only really has 2 good wins.
But they hold weight in this division.
You want
Like he has some of the best wins.
Well,
ever in the division.
The first one holds weight. The second one not so much.
Well, if COVID didn't happen in between it, then it would be a little.
Well, I'm lying anyway because his best win is against Nabucco.
It's a great. Is that the Laser Man? Oh man,
The Laser Man.
I love him.
That was a historic. That was a historic life and death.
Yeah,
yes, it
that
was.
was a really good, goddamn good fight. All right,
Eric Rosa.
Next,
God.
Eric Rosa.
Mid.
He deserved his belt, but again, not really at this.
No, he didn't deserve his belt though.
No, he deserved like a title opportunity after what
He
happened.
deserved an opportunity, but he didn't deserve the belt because he ducked Mendoza to fight that Nider Alvarez, and he ducked AJ Pasiones to fight that Alvarez kid or whatever his name was.
Valdez.
And he still had a Valdez, not Alvarez. Jesus Christ! But he still had a life and death with him, and he's just got no defense and he can't punch.
Look, I'm pretty sure his name is Valdez Alvarez, so you weren't wrong. You know, they have 2 names.
Yeah.
Look, I mean, he has shown me more than Pradasbury at 108 at least. But
I was going to say we'll order them in the tier. So if we think someone's like should be in the same tier, I could just put them.
But
like this, but
Pradasbury fought a much better fighter than Eric Rosa did.
Yeah, and Rosa was like hurt like multiple times.
I think Pena would beat him.
His offense is good. His defense is not.
Defense is one of the worst.
But you just say that about loads of fighters these days. Their offense is good, their defense isn't.
Yeah, like I guess to do right here, sitting right above him.
Look, if you want to put him in mid, that's fine. I'm not going to argue too much against that.
Do you?
Would
Your
Pena
will
get
be okay?
dropped,
No,
Would
Pena
Pena
won't
get
get dropped by
dropped?
anybody. Apparently.
Well, Vic Saladar. Would he have a life and death with Vic Saladar?
Yeah.
Collazo had a life and death with Salvador. So
I don't think Pena would. I think Pena would beat him quite comfortably.
He has a life and death with everyone.
Udel Reyes. And
Maybe.
like I just don't. What has Eric Rosa done? Like he's just not good. He's continually getting dropped. Like I just don't see the point.
I think for robbery purposes, he should go here.
If you want, but I think Pena would beat the brakes off him. Being honest.
Wait, they would definitely go life and death. I mean, he just goes like they're 2 fighters that go life and death.
It would be list. Let me tell you. But what you think that's good placement, or what do you think?
Yeah,
I'm happy with it, but like it's up to you.
I guess weird. It's weird seeing him because like like besides his like getting knocked out all the time, I feel like he would be like a bit better than a bottom tier of champions. But in his title fight, he just didn't look good at all.
He just can't punch either.
He's too. It's like he's too small, and then his punches don't really affect like anything. But he has like it looks good. It just doesn't affect anything. It doesn't affect the fight really. Like I don't know. He's fun to watch, but he's just irritating. But yeah, mid right here.
Yeah, mid.
All right, we got Masamichi Ibuki.
Good for me.
What a great fighter. Yeah, we'll just put him up there. Nah, but
I put him good.
I would also I would probably put him above here, Jerusalem here.
Yeah, but above Jerusalem.
Man.
Look, all I'm saying is, I don't think him and Jerusalem are on the same level. That's why I was putting. That's why I was putting Jerusalem in decent. Because in the grand scheme of champions, is Jerusalem good?
That's a good point.
I don't think so.
Yeah, let's get him. I'm not gonna lie, Melvin. I like you.
Yeah,
Gotta go. King Yabuki has to be above.
Because I mean, look, this guy had some good wins. I mean, and he fought well against Nakatani.
He didn't fight well against certain.
There's an argument for a draw in that fight.
There is an argument for a draw in that fight. Yeah,
I don't think
could have won.
I think it was a draw.
He won the first 2 rounds and lost the next 2 rounds. And look, he has a win against Kenshiro. I don't care if Kenshiro obviously had COVID and stuff, but he still kind of beat the hell out of him.
Like
Sims free as well. That's a good win.
It's like he has like good aging. He has like good aging wins, and all of his losses are like to like top fighters. I know Mateon's kind of fallen off a cliff, like active wise, but everybody else is a current world champion, so and like a top fighter.
Look, maybe in the future he's gonna go down again, but for now I think he should be good.
He said he's in negotiations to fight somebody. I would assume it's Iwata.
Yeah.
And I guess we could go with him next.
Decent for me.
He just wasn't good against what's his name?
Bomba.
Yeah. He still has like I don't know how to call it. He has difficulty with boxers, like really badly.
He's a big stiff idiot. No, like he's a quite good big stiff idiot, but he's a big stiff idiot. If like he's just okay.
I mean, he looked good against Noriega, who is a boxer who decided not to box in that fight. So yeah.
But if he did, who knows? He might have this belt down here.
Look, he might have still got iced. You never know.
What do we think? It's obviously one of these two, but
I think he's decent.
I think he's decent
because of the way he dealt with Noriega, and that was like a close fight heading into it. Like I'd put him in decent.
Look, no one who made the thread is less than decent. I'm lying. There's loads of.
That's stop it.
There's loads of terrible fights in the thread.
We got a Kenshiro Taraji.
Great.
He's just bad.
Great, yeah. And he's better than Colosso.
He is better. Yeah, he is better. He's not elite. Like he has like an elite resume, but he's not an elite fighter.
Like a top 10 light flyweight ever. And then
he's the current best fighter.
Maybe he's not so drained he's gonna show me that he's more elite, but I've watched him go life and death and have terrible defense for too long to call him elite. No, he's a top 10 pound. Yeah, he's a top 10 pound fighter, but I don't think every top 10 pound fighter is elite anyway. But at least not.
especially the bottom.
At least not currently.
But yeah, he just
Elite
he is just a great fighter. Like
elite
Like
champ.
his offense is crazy. His defense looked better against Alvarado, and I'm hopeful. Like what
It's like
I saw, I liked at 112 from him.
I assume him trying to him draining himself all those years was him just taken away from his legs because you see he moved a lot more. He was like his upper body movement was better. He didn't move in a straight like back line all the time like usual. But he didn't like sacrifice any offense to like fix that either.
Yeah, he had the energy.
So it's not like he changed himself.
He had the energy to do what he can't do, like he showed
He's-
earlier in his career.
He still has power. Still has one of the arguably the greatest jab in the sport. Yeah, he's great. We got a Sugiyori Akui.
Who Kenshiro is going to be fighting next? I'd
Who
put him
he's
in,
going to beat? Who he's going to beat?
I'd put him in good.
It's funny because these two fought here, and
Yeah. So
certain,
we know
certain, certain something happened here.
Yeah, he
For
he
those-
killed him in a round.
I was like, for that purposes, do we have to?
Yeah, but Yabuki, it's weird because Yabuki.
But he has like better wins and like
Yeah,
And
know.
look, that was so long ago. Like
that was
is
like
that a factor now?
7 years ago or something like that.
I'd put a Kui over him because it was so emphatic. But there's definitely an argument. But I'd put a Kui over him.
What do you think?
Yeah, that's fine.
To put Akui above Ibuki?
Yeah. Even if Akui did go life and death with some random guy in his last fight.
Charunfak?
Yeah.
All right, well, we got Angel Ayala.
Between okay and decent for me.
I don't think he gets up here. Personally.
It's just the Alvarado thing. He lost that fight.
But he like clearly lost it though. Like
Okay.
looking at the Tobias Reyes fight that last week.
Yeah.
It was kind of like it's a crazy like feat of strength that he got through something like that because Alvarado fought him the exact same way, like he always does. Puts insane pressure on you. And he like won rounds. It's not like he got 12-0 or something, but he won like 4 rounds.
I
And he
put
got
it in
dropped.
okay.
I'd put him here.
Yeah,
Personally.
I agree.
Damn.
Yeah, fine. Fine by me. I mean, he's got room for improvement still. I mean, he's still really young. He's only the youngest world champion.
He is. He's 24.
I think isn't Bam younger?
He's
Right.
he's like 6 months older.
Oh, fair enough.
But yeah. And I think Rose is like 3 months older than Ayala.
I mean, I do see some sort of potential in Ayala to be better than he has been.
No, I do too.
We'll
He has pretty good offense. But it's just that Alvarado's like a big stain. But he could have the opportunity to fight him again since Alvarado just had that fight.
Here he's mandatory.
Yeah, they should rematch.
Yeah. Next up, Anthony Olasquaga. It's like not much to go off with him, considering
I put him in decent.
he doesn't have that many fights to go off.
It's weird because
He's got
picked
Kenshiro,
him-
Bamba, Kano, and like Magramo. And like
Magramo,
he was losing he was losing the Magramo fight. The Kano knockout was crazy.
Yeah. And then Bomba, you can't really take anything from that fight.
I can't take anything from that. And then Kenshiro, he like was
Gave
one
it
of
a go.
Kenshiro's like
He gave it a
toughest
go.
fights, but he did give it a go. So we don't even really know what he is like as a champion yet. He's
I'll put
fought
him
a
in decent.
combined. I was gonna say, he's fought like a combined like not even 4 rounds as a champion.
Decent.
I think he's
Well,
decent.
I think he's good, but I'm not arguing with decent. Like I
What
put
said
him
he?
at the bottom. I put him at the bottom of good, but
So you
or
think he'd be at the
or the
front
top
of
of
decent?
decent. Yeah,
It's weird because I
I think
think I'd take him against the Kui,
yeah.
but I just don't know. There's like he's just had no fights. Like
there's like nothing to go off here. But I think he will be better than like he's only had like 9. He's only had like 9 fights too. He hasn't even had like a full like catalog of anything yet. He didn't have a full common like prospect level, contender level. He was like a prospect and then just was shot up to a title shot after like 6 fights. So yeah.
yeah,
Next up we have Jesse Bam Rodriguez.
elite. There's no debate.
He's just
we
like
can move on now. We can like he's
no,
just elite.
we gotta glaze him. I'm not gonna lie.
Like he's just a fantastic fighter.
He's whoo-wee.
Yeah, I mean, he's one of the best fighters in the world.
He might be the
Top
best fighter in
5
the world.
pound for pound.
He might be the best fighter in the world, skill wise.
He might be.
It's like top 2. He's like 1A, 1B.
But yeah, you can't really say anything more. He's
I
just
was like,
elite.
he's got arguably the performance of the year, first person to knock out Estrada. Guevara.
Smashed Guevara to pieces.
I was
Like
like,
basically
I didn't think it was gonna be
retired
that. I
every-
thought he was gonna beat him, but I thought it was gonna be like a tactical, like close fight for a couple rounds, and then like a maybe like mid to late round stoppage. Nope, 3 round job, easy work. Like that was just. He was like one of the fighters of the year.
Yep.
Yeah, we don't have to glaze him too much. What a
Keenan Martinez.
Fernando Martinez.
Very good.
He's like I feel like he just came out of nowhere.
He's bordering on the. If he'd have beaten Ioka again, I'd put him in great. But for now, I put him in very good. He's on the border, I think.
Yeah, I think he would be like either the top of this or like in here. I feel like he's earned to be here.
Yeah, beating up Ancajas twice. Was it Jade Borneo? He beat.
Yeah.
Where he exploded his ear.
Yeah, I was about to mention that his ear blew.
Literally just exploded during the fight.
So disgusting.
And beating Ioka. If he would have beaten Ioka again, I'd put him in great. But right now, very good, I think.
Look, I just wished he had been more active. He's only had like 4 fights in like a couple of years.
You know, he's 34 as well. He's 34 this year.
And I mean, he looked really good against Ioka. And that was the best like I've seen him look.
Like he has some of the best like front foot boxing like in the sport.
Like if I was just basing it off the Ankara wins and the Borneo wins,
He'd be down here.
I'd put him lower. I mean, he's really close. He just looks so good against Ioka, man. And Ioka,
and this picture of him is hard. I'm not gonna lie.
Ioka is great. But does being a great fighter make you great? Yes. But do you have to be more than one great fighter to make you great?
So are you arguing he should go down?
No, I'm arguing.
Or that he just can't be up here. Oh, you think he should be up here?
He could be on there.
I feel like I keep him at the top of this.
Yeah, top end are very good.
I just want to see it more to really cement. Just hard when the fight didn't happen. I've only saw him be great once.
Yeah. Well, the second Ankara fight, he was even better.
Yeah, but then what did Ancajas have left at that point?
That's Ankar. I mean,
I
there's
know,
a big
but-
difference between being Ioka, who was great, and Ankar, who where would he and
I
Coffee.
know. I was just comparing from the first fight where they like beat the hell out of each other. Then the second fight wasn't so much. But yeah,
I thought he looked better in the first fight, to be honest.
You know the weird,
his offense was better in the first.
you know the weird thing about that. Like Angahas has been around years, yeah,
Like 10
and
years.
was like you'd think he's older. You know, Martinez is a year older than Angahas.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's just crazy.
Yeah, he had been.
Cafu, mid
Yeah, one fight too.
Well, I don't
mid
really know how to
mid.
judge. What I've seen, well, he looked good against
He looked
Tanaka,
good. I don't
even though I
even think.
thought
I
he
personally don't think
lost.
he won the fight.
I think he lost. Yeah, he lost that fight for me.
But I think stylistically he is like pretty good. Like he's a
Look,
lot.
I think he's good. He has skill from what I saw
I was
in other fights.
if this wasn't a Champions Tier list, he'd probably be somewhere around here, just based off like how he fights. But as a champion, again, he probably shouldn't be. He should probably shouldn't be in this video. And he wasn't that good of a fighter before he fought Tanaka either. He kind of just like bottled up everything and just gave it to Tanaka.
I've got a question. Would you back Angel Ayala to move up to super flyweight and beat Cafu? Because I would. I'd be very confident.
That might be a bad start matchup for Ayala.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think Ayala would beat him.
We haven't seen enough Ayala either to gauge that, to make fantasy fights like that. But
I don't know.
He's either here, but it's like another one of those where he probably shouldn't be champion.
He's better than Rosa.
He is better. He's better than Rosa, but I feel like he's also better than like Taduran.
He is, but he shouldn't have. He gets docked points because he didn't win the fight.
Yeah,
For most people, I mean, for most people, this isn't like Predatory where no one had a win in the fight. That wasn't even close.
Some people did, but it's like everyone had the same scorecard. Just
like I only had Tanaka winning by a point.
I thought it was pretty easy to score though.
He almost got stopped at the end of the fight as well.
I was like, he was on the if there was 90 seconds left in the fight that he's not making out. But yeah, I think he's better than this. Like as a fighter, but as a champion, he can't be higher than this. All right.
And if they rematch, I picked Tanaka to win.
I also picked Tanaka.
So I picked Tanaka to stop him.
Because I feel like he could have started sooner. I don't really know. He was just being way too patient.
Yeah.
And now he knows that he can hurt him and stuff. He'll just start a lot quicker.
Yeah. All right, we got Junto Nakatani.
Great.
It's like he might deserve to be up here, but like
no.
He has like he.
No, he doesn't deserve to be. He's not an elite fighter. He doesn't deserve to be there.
He doesn't deserve it. He has like the ability to be that, but he's just not.
I don't think so.
I know he's pissed you off a couple of times. But calm down.
No, he hasn't. I don't think he has a skill set to be an elite fighter.
I think he trades a lot off size. If I'm being honest.
Is this placement fine here or above?
He'd be fighting at super featherweight and he's fighting at bantamweight. He's a great fighter because he can make the weight.
I don't see elite fight when I watch him, or potential elite fighter with like his style. I mean, it's not going to evolve his style so much he becomes an elite fighter. I mean, he has great offense, like most people do. I just don't see he's an elite fighter. And
he sounds like you handily pick Inoue to knock Nakatani's head clean off the shoulders.
Look, if it's a good version of Inoue, like not a heavy, if he like rehydrates properly,
like a Fulton version.
I don't think it would be competitive.
Like a Fulton version of
like a Fulton version. Like 132, I don't think it's competitive.
But below Koyaza,
Yeah, below Colazo.
And look, I don't. His resume's not even that. Like, it's good,
he
but
has
it's not
he
like
has like good names, but then
crazy.
it's like not like he has like Acosta and Chiwa and people like in the mid range like that.
Look, I mean, one of his best wins, like Santiago, just lost to some random guy last month.
Yeah, and like a I don't even know where they fought at.
And look, after he stopped Santiago, I had people telling me, "Oh, that puts him above Kenshiro's much better resume than Kenshiro for
Absolutely
beating
not.
Santiago." Because
Absolutely.
would like the guys at EP, he's like, oh, not good, like, and then Santiago goes and loses to some random guy.
Yeah, like Santiago was like decent. He had beat Donaire and he had arguably beat Russell, but he just fell off a cliff after he lost to Nakatani
I
and then he
could
got
beat
dominated.
Anton.
So
Yeah, I mean, look, I mean, Chiwa might become world champion again. I mean, he did beat Chiwa. This wasn't like an Ioka who probably got a gift against Chiwa. Like, he beat Chiwa. That was a tough fight. Cortez, tough fight, but that's fine. Estrada went live in there. I mean, what has Maloney done since then? Nothing really.
he lost to
Lost to
Guevara.
Guevara.
Yeah, that was a good fight.
Yeah. All right.
Angel Costa's done nothing.
He absolutely levered Acosta. That probably his best performance. Or maybe Loney is his best performance actually.
It's Maloney. Yeah. As
Yeah.
performance, but it's up there.
What's McGramo done since then? McGramo's won some rounds against Anthony Lasquaga, and that's about it. um,
Look, I
yeah,
mean, look, Nakatani is a great fighter. I just don't think he's maybe as good as some people like say
He
he is.
I think he can beat Inoue if he gets him at the right time. And I
If he
think
gets the Parlors in a way or Doheny in a way, and he catches him with a good shot, yes, he can beat him. If he gets a
yeah,
good in a way, no. I mean, he
yeah,
has a chance, but it's not. No, 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 no.
yeah.
And look, if I pick Bam to beat Nakatani.
most do.
I don't think I would just because
That size
Nakato's
difference is crazy,
super
but
featherweight
Look,
and Bam's a small super flyweight.
skills pay the bills.
I was like, Bam would like win a decision.
Skills pay the bills. At the end of the day, I look at Usyk here. He's telling us skills pay the bills. Obviously, heavyweight's different, but skills do pay the bills. A great little guy beats, or an elite little guy beats a great big guy.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I think the placement's good.
Look, I mean, this the footwork, man. That's gonna be so tough. Like next time, you might like faint from being so dizzy. Trying to do anything with Bam. But yeah, enough hate on Nakatani. He's a great violin.
All right. So we got Seiya Tsutsumi.
He's just an interesting fighter, isn't he? Because like I don't necessarily know like if he's that good of a fighter, but his style is so effective.
I feel like he has to be as a fighter. It's like as a champion, he will not be able to sustain like a long reign
I
the
think
way
he's
he fights.
decent.
He's got to
Decent.
be somewhere here.
I put him decent.
I think he's when I look at the fighter, he should be like somewhere in here.
Look, he's
Or
probably the best.
maybe like
He's
I was
probably the
like maybe
best. He's probably the best decent guy. Maybe he might be. He's probably pushing good because his style is. I mean, it's not all
Look,
about skill to be good. I mean,
maybe he's good, but he's not like back here.
I
But I don't know. It's just
because
Anaguchi was comprehensively outboxing him for round after round.
he was, but he came through that adversity and
But
did what he did.
yeah, I'd worry about that against a better level of fighter.
like a better boxer, like not
Yeah.
like not that version of Takuma who's just showboating the whole thing.
Yeah, uh, that performance, man.
That was
Like
epic.
he has. If this was like 4 years ago, like a 2020 Takuma, he boxes that fight. He would box. That's how he used to fight. And now he started being
I was
more
just
aggressive
I
and
feel
more
like
offensive.
a good enough boxer would clearly like 119, 109 Tsutsumi.
Like as long as you can either slow him down or you have a good engine.
You know, I'm thinking about. I think he's good right here.
Yeah, that's fine.
We got Ryosuke Nishida.
Good. I put him in good. I really rate that Rodriguez win, and a performance a lot of people forget is he comprehensively outboxed Daigo Higa.
And now everybody's going life and death with him.
Yeah, like look how we'll get onto Sakai in a second, but look how Sakai got on with Daigo Higa. Look how Tsutsumi got on with Daigo Higa. Higa's fought 3 of the champions at bantamweight. All of them apart from Nakatani, and Nishida's the only one to beat him clearly.
You know, I think he is somewhere. He's good, but I guess it depends on where
I'd
in
say he's
here.
better than Nakui. I'd say he's better than Nakui, to be honest.
Damn.
Yeah, I just had to zoom in to see who was there. Yeah, he's better than both of them.
Yeah. He's one of the like best body punchers in the sport. Like he doesn't hit super hard, but he has like some of the like best looking boxing.
He's so accurate as well, and he's massive for the weight. Like,
He kind of is built like a plank, but
yeah,
What we need is Nakami versus Nishida.
yeah, so we need
That's what we need.
this right
yeah,
now.
that fight.
Um, yeah, Yoshiki Takei.
Okay,
He's I really don't think he's that great. Like he's
Like, look, he's not. He's a guy that's not like crazy off the charts with skill. He's just got insane physical skill, just
also
natural speed and power. It's
he's like
explosive.
he's one of the most athletic fighter, like one of the most athletic champions. But Jesus Christ, as a boxer, he's gotta be up. He's gotta be down here somewhere. I honestly,
Who are the other two?
Ayala and Tuduran.
Yeah, being on my phone, it's really hard to see these. Look,
So what? He's so 2024. He had Higa.
that
which
Maloney performance was good, man.
look,
Was
he got
that was last year? Oh, it had to
That
be
was in
last year.
May, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry,
So
he
20.
got he got. I thought he lost by
I thought he
point.
lost two.
Maloney, I mean, he looked good. That 12th round, he did not look good. Nearly messed his whole performance up.
But his performance wasn't like great either. It's kind of just like failing to land his signature lunging punches and landing
Well,
at the
I kind of
delivery.
took a. I guess he took a different approach. I mean, he kind of. I guess he just boxed that fight and then ran out of steam when Maloney actually decided to do something. Yeah, had success. I mean, because if he decided to do something, could he have had more success, or could he just not do anything until Decay slowed down?
And I guess you could say the same thing vice versa for Higa if he boxed more and then stand there with his hands, with his chin up in the air, and like sitting on the ropes all the whole fight. Like I think he. I personally, I think he should be right here.
Look, well, look, Higa's not a bad way anyway, so
Well, you two could
I
be on
agree.
where
I
in
agree.
here, but he's got to be in here.
I agree with that. Where you got him?
yeah, it's fine.
All right, we have Naoya Inoue.
Yeah, that's
All right. No.
He's better. He's better than Bam. But yeah, that's.
He
But
is better than yeah.
Next, like,
Although, look,
He's been on. I was gonna say he's had like this is like little last
current
like
form.
year. He's been kind like he's been the worst he's been.
Current form, Bam is like better than him, but like overall he's not because he didn't look good against O'Henny. Didn't look good against the Parlors. I can't. Who else has he even fought? I mean, he
Neri.
didn't.
Rock my
He
money.
looked. He looked good against Neri in rounds 2 to 5. Obviously, he looked good against Fulton, which is by far the best. He looked at super bantamweight
That's like
when he actually
Like,
rehydrated properly. Ute Singh.
no, but he's just great. He's like top 3 pound for pound.
Look,
But
his
his
these
performance are
opponents.
getting like I feel like he just doesn't have like the same
I don't think
like
he cares.
motivation anymore. Like
Like
he's
I
just
don't
so
think.
much better than everybody. He's like, yeah.
Because look, I mean, like Tapales, I mean, like they didn't really do too much. I mean, he did a bit. He did better than people expected, but they didn't really open up and like try to win. He just tried to like
He could have
survive, I
got that
guess.
fight over in like five rounds.
And Doheny, I mean, he kind of just like these guys. They kind of like try and survive.
It's like, yeah, I was just like, no one's like, he's anyone's gotten to like the opponent payday mode where he's like he has to fight or he'll get stripped.
Look,
But it's
the
like he is not gonna do
the
it.
problem with Inoue and like his style is I've always thought he like struggles. Well, not struggles, I should say, but he doesn't perform as good against people who like don't open up. If someone's negative and just moving, doesn't want to engage, he won't necessarily look that good.
Look at Paul Butler.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
that's one of his worst ones. But that's like
he
not that one was like really not his fault because that was just Butler threw
look
however many punches around.
at the end of the day, it's your fault. I mean, if your opponent
It
isn't
partially
opening
still
up,
is. But
if your opponent isn't opening up, it's up to you to like do your job, not just because do you see him? He was like showboating and
he was trolling a
Yeah, but
lot.
I've got a question.
telling him to come forward because look, he's against Neves, Antonio Neves. He was doing the same thing, and that like viral thumbnail that people use where he has his hands up and he's telling him to come forward. Yeah, he's doesn't do well against people that move and don't
I've got a
engage.
question.
Yes,
You said it's his job to do his job or whatever.
yes.
If he's winning every round, is he doing his job?
No, but yes, but no,
Yeah,
because
it's a weird thing because like
yes,
he's
but
never really been in danger of losing to someone like that, but he's not
but
looked is
He's
like the
really
best.
not been in danger of losing. Period.
like you should be like looking better and dominating a guy who's not doing anything. Let's be
But
honest.
he's winning every round, dominating.
Well, he's
Yeah.
winning every round. Dominating in
It's
the sense,
weird,
like,
like
yeah,
it's what
he's
I mean. Like there's a lot of
like dominating in the sense that he's doing stuff while the other guy isn't doing anything, but not dominating in the sense like he's just beating this guy up. No,
What he was able to do was punch on Butler's arms for
yeah,
the whole
he
fight, and
kind of,
that's what eventually got him to the stoppage. So I
yeah,
guess it did work. It's just like he could have done more and got it done earlier.
yeah. The
yeah.
only problem
I
is
agree.
Instead of
he's
11,
just
it should have been around like 6, 7, 8.
because like you think someone like, let's say someone like I don't know, like Chocolatilla or a Golovkin are gonna like have such problems with people that move and get frustrated. No, they don't. They just don't. That's not what they do, and Inoue does. And it's the only problem I've ever had with his style. Is that frustrates him a lot. But
One
you know,
round was all they said.
yeah. The problem is, I mean, they can't do anything to win. They can just survive and frustrate him, and you know, I guess that's good enough for them.
All right, with the next fighter, just before we get there, I might have forgot.
It's just a really old photo of Brandon Figueroa.
Yeah.
That's definitely Brandon Figueroa.
Oh,
for the
it's
winner
just
of
like
that.
he hasn't fought with the upgraded
Yeah,
belt yet, so it
you
just threw
did
me off.
forget because I
It
told
just
you
threw
last
me off.
night.
It just threw me off, man. It's like it threw me off.
Because I told you last
um,
night, you mentioned Vargas, and I was like, well, it doesn't matter. He's not the champion. He was like,
Man,
yeah.
all right, it's okay.
Brandon Figueroa is good. I believe.
He's Brandon Figueroa, isn't he? I mean, like there is a skill, a skill at making your style work for you, and his style
And
just works.
he's arguably hasn't lost a fight. Like
He hasn't lost a fight because
I'll
I
say,
thought he,
I feel like he beat Seha and he beat Fulton. To be honest, like
yeah.
he's like Fulton was like semi close, but I thought if he clearly won. But like that was at super as a featherweight, he's beat Exile and Magdaleno, and he looked good against Exile. He looked horrible against Magdaleno, and that was however long ago. That that feels like forever ago that happened.
Well, I mean, I think he's good. It's just his style is obviously he's not conventional. He makes a lot of mistakes. So from a skill point of wise, well,
So it's
skill
just like his brother.
wise, but you don't have to be a conventional fighter, do everything perfect to be good.
All right, so for everybody watching, this is Brandon Figueroa.
I'd put him above Akui.
Yeah, he's got to be
Probably above
so.
Nishida as well.
Yeah, I was like,
Look, I'm like good or very good. I'm really like torn. He has some good
remember,
wins
it's
there.
as a featherweight. I feel like we have to base him off of as a featherweight.
He's stopped Neri as well.
Magdaleno was tough. Was it Magdaleno?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Jesse
Yeah.
Magdaleno.
he looks so bad in that fight.
But you know
He stopped him.
he stopped him. He got the win. So you can't look good every time.
I think
guess.
he deserves to be very good. But behind Martinez.
That's fair. That's fair. The back end are very good.
And again, Brandon Figueroa. I'm sorry. All right. Nick Ball.
I've got an opinion on him. I've got an opinion on him.
I have things to say.
Well, I mean, look, he's another. I mean, I don't think he beat Ray Ford anyway.
Yeah, I don't think he did either. I don't think he
I
beat.
think he lost to Vargas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
he
he had
looked-
life and death with
Ronnie
Ronnie Rios too. Yeah.
for 6 rounds against Ray Vargas, who definitely isn't on that screen right now.
Yeah, that's not him. That's not him.
He looked absolutely lost. And imagine that was like a Vargas who like had fought a featherweight recently and hadn't just lost and was inactive. I mean, he hadn't fought a featherweight since 2022. If he could keep that up, because
he would have won like 9 rounds.
He's obviously massive.
7.
He's obviously
Imagine
massive.
the ref did his job, by the way.
Yeah, imagine he didn't
call a knockdown and call a knockdown to Ray Vargas. It was a clear knockdown.
Yeah.
Like the Dogbo fight as well, because Nick Ball's style, he's so small that he charges people, and people just sort of like slip his entire body, land a punch, and he falls over the ropes. That happens constantly, and nobody calls them knockdowns when they clearly are knockdowns.
Let's talk about more recent fight. He went he actually had an insanely tough fight with his nose shattered off a 2024 Ronnie Rios.
Can I just run through this list of opponents?
Yeah, go ahead.
Nathaniel Kakaloco had fought at super bantamweight. Jesus Ramirez Rubio has had 3 fights at featherweight. 1 was against Nick Ball. He's a natural super bantamweight. But Duma Lamati, natural super bantamweight, won the IBO. Isaac Dogbo, career super bantamweight, had a few fights at featherweight. Ray Vargas, multiple fights at super bantamweight. Raymond Ford, the only natural featherweight he's fought, and he lost. Ronnie Rios, natural super bantamweight. TJ Dehenny, natural super bantamweight. He's not a featherweight. He's fighting super bantamweights. He's not a featherweight.
Look, I mean, the thing with Nick Ball is, I mean, people don't have easy fights against him because, I mean, look, it's another one. His style is effective. I mean, he's just relentless, and he just relentless. Basically, he throws a lot of punches.
Yeah. About a style though.
I'd put him in
He's
the
gotta
low
be.
end decent.
Oh man, I don't.
So I think he's better than people
Oh,
like to.
he's better than K. Yeah, he might
I
have to.
don't. I think he's better than Ayala, but I put him in the low end of decent
Oh, he's
because
just so aggravating to watch, and he just
yeah,
shouldn't have his marquee wins either.
Who are those other guys in decent? Bloody hell,
Uh,
it's so hard to see.
Tsutsumi, Olasquaga, Jerusalem, and Iwata.
I mean, could he be ahead of all of them? Probably, but we like jabs.
yeah, which is why I've got to say it to suit me in front. He doesn't throw any. um,
So what are we saying?
better than Jerusalem, the worse than Los Guaga. I think there's fair. There's fair. Right. Angelo Leo. I think good.
Yeah, he's underrated.
I mean, people were saying Lopez was going to give in away problems. Not me, but certain accounts.
He would have got chinned anyway, but like he just has such a weird style that would really like affect like everybody, and it has affected everybody. It affected Leo for a little bit, but
He's had a really good year, man.
he's really like one of the comeback fighters of the year. Fighters of the year. He had arguably the knockout of the year, one of the upsets of the year. Like he had that insane 2024. Um, two division champion. Like I see in this picture, he brought his other belt with him. He's like not great, but he's there's no way he's down here.
I think
He's
he's
got to be
good.
like I was like he's like a middle ground fighter.
He's better than Akui as
Yeah,
well.
I think he's
Yeah.
around somewhere
Around there, around the Sheeda's level. I think better than the Sheeda. I think. I don't
I
know.
think so.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, that's like really close. And then, again, Brandon Figueroa. Um, that fight would be fire.
Yeah, I'm not sure who I'd pick, but on strength of resume, I'd have Figueroa above him.
Yeah.
I'm not sure who I'd pick in that fight. I'm
Like,
really not sure.
and then with Leo, he is probably going to get one of these other featherweights in a unification soon. Probably most
He's fighting
likely.
Tomoki next, isn't he? In March.
Well, I was like, wasn't that like pushed back?
It's pushed back to like a week later, so it's fine.
So I think like Tapa good for Leo.
Yeah. Dan, do you agree? Top of good for Angelio.
Yeah, I like Leo. Leo's a good fighter, man.
All right, yeah, Rafael Espinoza.
Very good. Lower end, very good. Because
Again, he's such a weird fighter.
Look, I mean, I don't think he's like one of those like lesser skilled guys who is just relentless. I think he has like a bit of skill about him. I mean, he's not just winging punches and stuff. I mean, his technique's pretty good. I mean, his footwork's not great, but it was better. He wasn't making those same mistakes. The one that got him dropped in the rematch.
I was like, he just like lost a couple of the beginning rounds against Robesi, but it's like it worked. Um,
like you can
pressure.
see, he's improving as a fighter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's just.
I also think because he's so big, that plays a factor into it as well. Like, as a featherweight, he's a very good champion.
That came out of absolutely nowhere.
Do you know what the mad thing is? Before that first Robesi fight, he was ranked like number 14 in the WBO. In another universe, like Rafael Espinosa doesn't get discovered. He got plucked out of obscurity by Top Rank for Robesi to knock over. And then now he's arguably the best featherweight in the world.
Yeah, they probably thought he was just like another Shimizu.
Yeah.
Just another tall, stiff, easy to hit fighter.
Which he
Yeah,
sort of
and
is.
He's becoming like better though. He's like his defense is
Yeah.
a little bit better. His offense is getting even better.
he's getting polished as a fighter.
He has an insane chin, insane stamina, like
And he punches hard.
insane recuperative powers, insane toughness, which is given. He's Mexican, but
And like he got that upset and repeated the upset
with
against a
ease.
good fighter. That lots of people picked Robesi to win that rematch.
Yeah. I think he deserves to be like somewhere, maybe again Figueroa, but like I think he is better.
I think he beat Figueroa. Yeah. Very good.
The amount of punches thrown in that fight, crazy.
Insane.
Like
They would-
2,800 combined punches.
They would break some records.
Some featherweight.
I don't know what the
Division
featherweight
record.
records are, but like they'd be
Oh,
shattered.
wait, actually, they might not. You know, it's probably the featherweight record that hasn't been counted. Kelly Dorsey.
Look,
Might be.
you never
Yeah.
know. Look,
It'll be up there. It'll be a crazy fight.
ask Harris to count those punches, man.
I might count it myself. I might count it myself.
Well, I have PTSD from counting
Yeah.
punches.
Next up, we got Oshaki Foster. Weird. It's weird.
I've got a weird opinion on him.
He's not a super feather. He's not a super feather.
For all that screaming about the first Conseil fight,
He arguably lost the second.
I thought he did lose the second one. He got his ears boxed off for the first 6 rounds of that fight. He got his ears like totally. He was just getting totally outboxed.
Like the Rocky performance, good.
No, but he was legitimately down in that fight as well.
It
He
was
was
that
legitimately
was close,
down
but
against somebody that can't go past 6 rounds.
that was close at least.
Yeah, but he was like,
But the Conte style fights are the big asterisks all over.
even Nova, mate.
really.
Nova was close.
Oh, I forgot about Nova.
I thought he beat Nova on a knockdown. If I'm being honest, I thought he beat Nova on that knockdown.
I know he's a great like 12th round fighter though. But as a complete, he's just not. He's not this division. He needs to move up like really
I put
bad.
him in decent, above Nick Ball.
Yeah, he's around here, like this region.
Yeah, maybe above Odesquaga as well. About there, yeah, decent. But man, like
Yeah, but I feel like a
super,
couple people are gonna be mad at this placement, seeing all these fighters around him. But like he is like regressing because he's staying at a weight class he should not be in right now.
Look, I mean, it was like a fully fit, hydrated Oshaki Foster. I think he's good.
Like either
Borderline,
Vargas or Rocky, but
I think he's good, a borderline very good, but he should be at lightweight.
he shouldn't even be on here because he shouldn't have even fought Conte South in the first place.
Yeah,
After
he
the
should've-
Nova fight where he was already talking about moving up, he should have did it.
Yeah, he shouldn't be on here because he should have vacated his title and moved up to lightweight.
Yeah, he should have like 2 fights at lightweight by now.
You know what they should have done? Because there was that event, Shakur's last fight on Top Rank. It should have been Shakur against Foster.
Yeah, I mean, look, that makes sense. And that's
Both
an easy fight to
WBC.
make as well.
Yeah,
That fight would
both
have been
WBC,
not
both with Top
good
Rank
at all.
Yeah, but anyway,
You know, like you put him wherever, but if it's like a non-drained version, I would put him good or very good. I don't. Obviously, this isn't a good, really that good of a version of him.
He still wants to fight here though. That's the problem. Like, who's next for him to fight?
If they
I
fight
don't know.
if he fights Navarrete, I don't know, man.
I don't think he'd be. Like,
But let's move on.
let's just get this division out the way first.
The worst
Lamont
fighter in
Roach.
boxing, the worst champion in boxing. No, he's worse than Pena.
There's
He's worse
the
than I
tax.
don't
There's
care.
the tax on him though.
I don't care about. He's worse than Pena. Lamont Roach is
He's
worse
not
than
worse. He's not worse.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. And that, like, he is
Okay,
the
he
worst,
might be worse.
worst champion in boxing. He is the worst.
I was about. There's an argument here though. Panya has a tax on him, but at least he was like
Pena
a
has
good.
beaten some good
I was
fighters.
like he was a good champion, but at the weight class he's not at now. Lamont Rush has only been champion here. He's beat Figaro McCrory.
I don't even think he beat Garcia. I watched it back the other week, and I don't think he won that fight. And it wasn't a knockdown in the 12th either. I scored that fight a draw. No, I scored that fight 114, 113 to Garcia, sorry. And I don't think the last round was a knockdown.
Dan, what do you think? He's obviously, like, there's no discussion that he's one of the worst champions in boxing. But, like,
Well,
he's done.
I have a controversial opinion.
Oh,
God. Oh, that you think he's better than he's. Oh.
I don't think he's as bad as people make out.
I'm gonna strangle you.
I don't think he has some good skill from what I've seen of him.
You think he has aura? All right.
He got smashed to bits by Jamel Herring, who's like awful.
That was like 4 years ago, 5 years ago, whatever.
That doesn't matter.
Him as a champion is Garcia.
Arguably lost to Rene Alvarado.
He did. But Garcia and McCrory. You can't really take anything out of McCrory because that was a nothing fight.
Well, I thought he beat Alvarado and I thought he beat Garcia. And look, if this was Hector Luis Garcia in here, I wouldn't be putting him in mid.
Because he's better.
Yeah, and someone that beat him. And even if you didn't think he beat him and you had it a draw, I mean, that's still like a draw. Like Hector Luis Garcia didn't beat him. And if he's better,
he's obviously in this bottom tier, but he might not be last.
I don't think he's in the bottom tier.
You're going to get outvoted here.
That's fine, but I'm sticking my opinion out. I think he's better than people give him credit.
You would put him in here? Will you put him here?
Who's there?
Ayala to Duran and to K.
Oh, he's way better than K. Jesus Christ.
No, he isn't.
Takei is useless. Outside of his.
Takei's got athleticism though. Like what is Lamont Roach good at?
Lamont Roach, he's
a good boxer.
He automatically has athleticism.
No, he doesn't.
No, he does. He does.
He's not better than Takai. He's not better than Takai.
Well, this is where we're gonna have to agree to disagree.
Takai schooled Jason Maloney.
So?
Who's miles better than Lamont Roach? Jason Maloney's a miles better fighter than Lamont Roach is. And
who hasn't beat Jason Maloney at this point?
Chill.
Roach,
not too much on Maloney. He's not moving past to Duran. I'm telling you.
Look.
He's not moving past.
That's fine.
You can put him wherever you want. Just figure out between you two because I'm gonna get outvoted here, and it doesn't matter about my opinion on this one.
Disgusting, man. He's staying right there for now. All right, Anthony Kakachi. All right, now we can have a real discussion.
Kakachi batters Lamont Roach, and Kakachi's on the back end of okay for me.
Damn.
Yeah, it's fine.
What do you think? Like,
he beat the hell out of Cordita, didn't he?
Yeah.
That was a good performance.
He beat Lamont Roach as well.
Maybe not.
I feel like they should be on. I feel like they should be on top of each other.
I put Kakachi better because Kakachi's like got better wins.
Yeah, but Cordino he's on the verge of dying
He was
at that weight. On the verge of dying at that weight.
Michael Magnesi, Josh Warrington, 2 better wins than Lamont Roach has got as well.
Yeah, so we got hating
Would
on
Lamont
Nakatani,
Roach even beat a
hating on
2024 Josh
Nakatani,
Warrington?
and hating on Roach. This episode. Who's
No,
next?
would Lamont Roach beat a 2024 Josh Warrington?
Yeah, of course.
I'm not too sure he would. Genuinely,
Of course he would. Okay, like you can think that Lamont Roach isn't good, but he's being a 2024 Josh Warrington.
Josh Warrington like applied some pressure to Kakachi early on. I don't think Lamont Roach can handle that.
Yeah, we're
Good
not.
for
We're
him.
not.
Good
Yeah,
for him.
Emmanuel never. Yeah, now we're moving on. This is disgusting. Emmanuel never.
Kakachi's better than Lamont Roach. Man.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is, man. Come on. Kakachi's miles better than Lamont Roach. Oh my
Well,
god. what
you're
are we doing?
outvoted here.
Emmanuel Navarrete.
He's
Okay. Revitalized a little bit.
He's okay.
He's back.
He's back. Let's go. Oh, not too
He's
much.
okay.
Hey, okay.
No, he's good. He's
Okay.
good. I mean, he just like he's. I just want another one of those fighters. That's his style was just so effective.
It's not though.
It is
What do you mean
effective.
it's not?
Because he lost to Conte, so he lost to Barinchik.
Oh, it's not
He
talking
nearly
about
got knocked out, but he
too
did get
fat,
knocked out by Liam Wilson.
Look, the Barenchik is irrelevant to me at the moment because that wasn't.
Yeah,
a
because it's
the
not
way.
the division we're talking about.
But he is less good against fighters his size. I will say.
Outboxed by Byers.
That's
I feel like he's around here. He's in the middle. But where?
Look.
I'd say Leo's better.
He's regressed though.
he's not as good as he was. Who is there?
This is a Leo,
That's
Nishida,
right.
and then Akui and Yabuki.
Oh, he's better than Akui.
Yeah,
That's
he's
about right there.
yeah. What do you think?
Like the performances against obviously the Wilson way he died and had like a 500 count, and Conte's out really like against him with rating him because he's good, but those performances not great. And Barinchik, I mean, that's whatever. He's not a lightweight. We already knew that.
Yeah. He probably shouldn't even be a super featherweight either. To be honest.
Yeah, he probably shouldn't be, but you know
he has to be.
Fat. He's fat.
All right, we have Shakur Stevenson.
Great.
Yeah, he's great.
He's in the top 2.
He's better than Nakazane, not better than Kalaza.
I was a hit.
I think he's better than Koyoda.
I think he's right. He's.
I think skill-wise, I think he's better than Kenshiro.
But as a 35-pounder, as the champion he has.
If the problem with Shakur is his performances. I mean, they're dominant, but they're not emphatic, and he has those
disgusting record-breaking fights.
Like, obviously, I get it. Like, no one wants to get hit, but I mean, he's so terrified to get hit, and
I wonder which fighter made him different, because it's like he's traumatized to get punched.
I don't think it's any fight. I think it's just always been like that. And well, I guess maybe it was a Nakatia. I guess maybe he got touched by Nakatia. It's like, oh hell no!
Oh nah!
Hell no! I want to get hit by.
He was at least he still couldn't punch super hard like back then, but he tried. Like I don't fault him for not getting knockouts. I fault him for not doing more.
See, the problem is why I was so critical of him is because one, he's so good. I mean, he has an elite skill set. Like his skill set is elite, and he's one of those guys who can walk you down and be offensive without getting hit. We've seen it loads of times. He just doesn't want to take that risk. Like, he could have walked Edwin De Los Santos down and barely got hit. He just didn't want to do it. He could have walked Nakatia down, or at least been more offensive and not get hit. His defense is so good.
Need him to be more offensive and not be so like afraid of what's coming back at him. When really, like, obviously you're a boxer, you're gonna get hit at some point, but I feel like his defense is good enough that he wouldn't be able to get hit flush with something.
Like, his defense is the best in the sport. Well, statistically speaking,
Like analytically,
it's the best in the sport. He gets hit the least in the sport. Like, even when he's offensive, I mean, he still doesn't get hit.
He just needs to do more, and he'd be up here with with certain performances. He doesn't need to get knockouts. He just needs to do more.
Like,
And maybe if he did more, he would get these knockouts like off accumulation. Like Hartuni, he probably would have stopped him if he did.
I think that Shakur. I mean, I think he can punch. He just
won't stay there long enough to do it, to go through it.
Like, he's just not like a knockout puncher, but sometimes he won't break these guys down.
He can accumulate someone's head off.
There's this amateurish thing that a lot of like Filip Ergovic does it, where he did it against Dubois, where he's pulling away from the shot before he's landed it, and I think Shakur does that like a lot.
Yeah, because he's so defensively minded.
Yeah.
He just doesn't like to get hit.
Yeah.
And look, that will work in his favor when it comes to fights, because it's who's going to be able to beat him when he's doing that? Probably not many people. Maybe only one person. But I mean, it's not going to be so well when it comes to selling tickets, selling pay-per-views, putting people in seats to watch you. I mean, we'll watch him because we watch anything. Well, I'll watch him when I wake up because I'm not staying up for a Shakur Stevenson fight.
Yeah, never.
Well, you will. It's your time. You'll be watching it.
I was saying if I was you, I wouldn't ever even go through with that. Even
I mean, I have.
Yeah, but you regretted it. So or wasn't it Valdez you did that for?
I mean, I stayed up for all his fights since before, and I haven't stayed up for a fight of his since after Valdez. And although he looked good against Valdez as well, I mean, that was not a fight that you think, oh, I'm just not staying up. I just didn't want to stay up.
Yeah. All right. Next up, you had your Nakatani hate. Tigers had his Roach hate. At my Gervonta Davis.
No, this is different.
My
Nakatani hate is different. I like Nakatani. You hate Gervonta.
I hate how overrated he is as a belt holder. He's not elite. His skill set is one of the best in the sport. He won't fight anybody with it, though. Anybody we care about him fighting. Anybody in his weight class. Anybody without a clause. I feel like I'm not the only one sick of it.
Well, look, I'm
not going to deny it. It's not like I'm like, oh, man, I don't like him. No, I'm not stupid. But,
no, I'm not putting him in a league because...
Oh, you wouldn't put...
No, I mean, like Shakur, he has an elite skill set. But I don't think...
Not arguing with that one.
His resume... No, he's better than Kenshiro moving back over.
Oh.
I mean, I rank Kenshiro higher pound for pound, but I think...
he's better than Kenshiro.
He's a better fighter than Kenshiro.
I think Shakur's better than Gervonta Davis.
Where is Shakur even ranked? I don't even know where we put him.
Third or...
Shakur's better than Gervonta Davis.
Well, he's like it's just so effective.
Shakur's done more, and I think he beats Davis.
Oh yeah, actually, get that.
That's how I'd have it.
Yeah, but I don't even have it Shakur anywhere near a pound for pound list at the moment.
I
I
don't
have
like.
I have Javante
It's
on
like
my
we're
pound for
mixing.
pound list
We have to like. They're like mixing like resume, skill, and
because
all types of things. It's really hard to do it with these three
I'm basing
because
it
he's ahead of
70
all three of them in pound for pound, but he's not better than like skill wise than arguably either of them.
because I'm basing it like 70% off skill. And look, I mean Javante and Shakur, I mean they're about the same skill level wise to me. They just obviously fight differently. Uh, Shakur has better wins. I think Javante has like more name-ish wins, I guess. Wait, did I say
This is
Shakur has
really
more
hard.
name-ish wins? I meant to say Javante has more name-ish wins, but like the more deeper-ish
Yeah, but
resume.
it's like
But
this.
Shakur has like a better win.
That's giving me flashbacks to when about 2018, 2019, when people were saying that Anthony Joshua's resume was elite because he beat the Molinas and the Takams and people. How many top tens have you beaten? All that. There was a period
No,
of time
but with
where
Javante, it's not even. Sometimes it's not even the top tens in his own division is the problem with him. He's dragging people
he's
up, dragging people down. He's just not. It
And
shouldn't be
he's.
respected what he does.
And look how bad Barrios is now, which you probably say is his best win.
No, yeah, I was like,
Pedraza is
his
a
resume
journeyman.
oh
is
no,
chucked to the floor.
Like Pedraza's now a journeyman. Who else he beat? He's about to fight someone that I genuinely pick about 15 people to beat in his own weight class. Um, who else he
Uh,
beat? Ryan Garcia, who's a cokehead, and was drained. It was like skeletal remains at that point. Um, who else is there? Frank
Hector.
Martin, terrible fighter.
No, it's crazy.
Almost
Frank
lost to
Martin is like the
Arthur
only.
Paratinian.
Frank Martin's like the only fighter in his weight class that he's fought
You know,
ever
he's
long,
terrible. He's terrible, man.
and he was coming off a controversial win.
I just think Shakur's better. I really do rate Javante Davis as an elite talent, but I just think
It's so nasty because pound for pound, Kenshiro should be here,
pound for
like
pound is
in the
nonsense.
front. He should be here, but he's not better than either. I think
well,
this is.
you
He's a
have the
champion.
deciding vote. I would put Javante ahead. Toggles would put Shakur ahead. So you got the deciding vote.
I'm gonna keep it like this. I don't respect what Javante is like. His resume is like getting worse when it was already bad. Like the wins aren't even aging well anymore.
And who knows, like Javante Davis is probably going to spend the next year and a half in a prison, or at least some part of it,
Brother.
because that's what he does. Because he's a scumbag of a human being.
Alrighty. Philly Lomachenko.
Is that no?
Well,
But
look, Vasily Lomachenko, he might not even be fighting again.
That's what I'm saying. Let's respect him. Let's respect.
Look, stick him in the back. Oh, the middle part. He's better than Koyaza.
Yeah, he's better than Kenshiro as well.
Like he is, but he might not fight again, and he also is like basically the end of his career.
Do you want a truth bomb?
He is better than
Don't do
Javante
it.
Davis.
He's not going past
If
there.
judges were competent, Shakur Stevenson and Javante Davis would not be on this tier list. There you go. Because Vasily Lomachenko would still be the undisputed champion, or would be the undisputed champion because he beat Devin Haney.
Yeah, but yeah. Well, I scored that fight draw. It's close enough. I don't really care, but most people did have.
Lomachenko is better than Kenshiro.
Most people did have
That's right.
Lomachenko winning.
That's
So,
right. That placement there.
Loma
Yeah,
Kenshiro.
but at this moment in time,
No, that's
this
what I'm saying. Like
this
him
Loma,
as a
this
fighter, as a whole,
Lomachenko,
when you think
like
about him,
like
Kenshiro
peak.
still in his prime.
Peak Lomachenko, yeah, crazy. Or even like 3 years ago, Lomachenko, yeah. But this Lomachenko,
Yeah, he's only had Kambosos in however long.
Oh, he's beat Cambosos and Haney in the last year and a half, 2 years.
Okay, okay. As a champion, he's only fought Kambosos, and he's probably not even going to fight again. Kenshiro here, 2 division champion, still in his prime, and it's probably
but
going to unify soon. So
maybe that says more about Devin Haney than Lomachenko,
what?
which unfortunately we can't talk about Devin Haney because he's not world champion anymore.
Well, it's not really unfortunate to me. Anyway,
Well, it is because then you can't go at him and call him overrated and a C-level file.
Dennis Berinchik. Dennis Berinchik is the top end of OK.
yeah, it's like he has good skills, but like,
Life and Death of
Maybe.
Ivan Mendy not so long ago. Life and Death of Anthony Yiggett not so long ago.
in Fat Navarrete,
Yeah,
and is probably going to lose emphatically to Keyshawn Davis.
Yeah, he will.
So wait, in front of Ayala,
yeah, in front of Ayala
but
because at least he
below
hasn't lost yet.
below Iwata.
Yeah, below Iwata. Well, actually, is he?
Not really, no.
He's like somewhere here, maybe
I think he's better. Who is that next to?
I think
Jerusalem.
he's better than Nick Paul as well.
Says
But
I think he's better than Jerusalem. Who's that next to Nick Ball?
think he's better than Nick.
Olas Quagga. This is Olas Quagga.
I like Ola Squad. Ola Squad was good. He could be better than Ola Squad.
Oh, I'd move
I think
Berinchik
this
one
is
to the
fine.
left. There, that's about right.
So it's like Tsutsumi, Foster, Olas Quagga, Barenchik, Ball, Jerusalem, Iwata.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I mean, I wouldn't argue too much about putting him above Ola Squad. I'd probably say yeah, but I don't really care either way. Like he has, I mean, he's skilled, but he doesn't have the greatest performances.
Yeah. I think he's like a good fighter though, but he's not
Well,
a great.
look,
He's not a really great champion.
he could prove us wrong against Keyshawn, and when he does, and if we ever do this again, we'll move him back up. We'll move him up. But for now, I think that's pretty fair.
Alberto Puello, 2-time.
I have no idea how to rank him. I have absolutely no idea.
He was good against Russell, which is why he's champion now. But like,
He lost to Akhmedov.
Yeah, he did. I think he's
better than I was like. He's a better fighter.
He looks better now than he did against Akhmedov, but maybe that's because he's fighting people worse than Akhmedov. But I think he's good.
He wants more interesting people to rank. Actually,
he looks better after he's tested positive.
Well,
I'm sure they would have double. They would have double cocked him now. Like,
look, 99% of these fighters we're ranking right now, they're on shit. So who cares?
Yeah, I know, but it's just funny. He's looking better after he supposedly popped and is in like higher testing.
Yep. It's getting better as a fighter.
Jesus Christ! I've just seen that card. David Hudson.
I think he is indecent. Who's on the far left?
Far left is just Tsutsumi right here.
There's a Shaki.
Olas Quagga.
I put him.
Barenchik.
I put him above Barenchik. There. That's where I put him.
Yeah, I think that's fine. There's so many champions, like we still got a whole catalog of people. All right.
Yeah, I think that's fine. Once again, I wouldn't argue too much about putting him above Osquaga, but he could be above Osquaga, but it's fine.
We got Valenzuela. He's also very weird because he is a one-time super lightweight.
Well, I mean,
another one-time super lightweight.
Top end of okay for me.
I mean, I think he's pretty decent fighter, but the person he fought for a title is a lightweight who's not that good himself, and that guy fought one of the worst world champions we've seen in a long time.
Ever.
I need to see more.
I think he's better than this, but right now he
You
got.
know,
I
one
think-
thing that sticks in my head is getting
De Los
banged out by
Santos.
De Los Santos like that. The first time he's faced a real puncher.
Yeah, but look, yeah, that can happen. I mean, De Los Santos hits so hard.
He should
Also-
have. He didn't.
Also lightweight. Maybe he's just better at 140. Who knows? I need to see more
Yeah.
from him.
All right. Richardson Hitchens.
Jeez, how the hell do you rate him?
You don't.
I mean, I think he's good.
I think he's good, but it's
He is
I think he's good.
but,
I think he's good. I think he's really skilled.
I'd say that. That's about right.
He might not be the most. Who is that?
This is Ibuki right here.
I think he's better than Ibuki.
He is.
Who's that next to him?
I'm
Akui.
not sure he is though.
Oh, I think he's better than Akui. Yeah.
And then Navarrete is right. Actually, I'll just put him here. I don't like how this looks.
Is he better
Currently,
than Ibuki?
currently, I think he's better than Navarrete. Yeah, I think he is.
Well, the
no.
one time we've seen him in with a pressure fighter, he's lost,
Look, you know,
and that pressure fighter has just been banged out by Keyshawn Davis. Like,
yeah, but that was a lightweight. That doesn't count.
Banged out.
it wasn't a lightweight because he missed weight.
Yeah, and he could only rehydrate like 3 pounds for the next day. Like Hitchens fought about Lemos than Keyshawn did by far.
Lost.
Look, I only had him losing by a point.
I don't know, man. It's just all we've really got to come down to here is just how bad is Subriel Matias.
Yes. 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 Yes.
So what? He's fine here behind the shooter.
Yeah, and the Sheeta's better than him.
Bunch of IBF
Sheeta's
champions right here.
Tia Female. Oh, how the hell do you rate Tia Female Lopez?
Yeah.
Look. What tier film are we ranking? Ranking the one against like
We
come
have to
forward
rank-
fighters?
No,
Good.
we have
Or
to do
are we rating the guy that
24
fights
Claggett.
against? Are we rating the guy that is useless against anyone who can stick a move?
Top end of good, low end of very good for me.
Because
Gotta be
like, look,
he still can produce great performances. He just like
like
he has, I feel
Kenshiro,
like he hasn't been at the top for so
not Kenshiro. Teofimo Lopez against like a Lomachenko or a Josh Taylor. That's a great fight. Teofimo Lopez against a Sandor Martin or Jermaine Ortiz. That's a okay mid fire. Actually, we need a new one below mid for Teofimo Lopez against those type of guys.
Wait, what?
We need a tier below mid for Teofimo Lopez against movers.
You know, it's really bad. But
I mean, I think I'll put him in very good because he has good wins and accomplishments.
He has to be. But
Even
it's
if
like,
even if I thought he lost against Sandor Martin and Jermaine Ortiz
Yeah,
and he lost against George Kambosos. Oh my god. He's
it's nasty work.
below mid.
Oh man.
Oh Jesus.
But is he better than Martinez? Like right now.
No, he's not.
But
Martinez
Espinoza?
just beat the hell out of Ioka. And
What about Espinoza?
I mean, he's probably more skilled, but
I think that's fine. That's fair.
But when you struggle against a style that lots of fighters fight, that is held very negatively against you.
Yeah. But he's still Teofimo Lopez. So,
Like,
he can't be on the same level
'cause-
as Ibuki.
Look, I think Hitchens would beat him.
I was like, fight style for style. He
Because
probably
style, that's a terrible matchup for him.
would.
Terrible style
As
matchup.
their own person, he's got to be up here.
Would Puyo also beat him?
Maybe.
It'll be really close, to be honest.
I
I
just,
feel like Playo hold his ground too much, so kind of be like mid range type.
I think I'd pick Teofimo, but depends.
But then again, actually, I've got an opinion. Well, I'll leave that though.
Don't leave it. I want to hear it.
I think
Let it fly.
Teofimo Lopez would beat Jaron Ennis.
That's not crazy to say that anymore, to be honest.
I mean, I
How he looks.
don't, but you know,
It's like
whatever.
getting less and less not like bad to say anymore.
At 147, Ennis is drained. Ennis gets hit a lot, and Ennis sort of plods forward and is in there.
Yeah, but maybe he can box against Teofimo. No, actually, he can't box against Teofimo. That'd be embarrassing. He has to stick it on
He can't
Teofimo.
box. His feet
Well,
aren't good enough to box.
maybe they would be if he wasn't so drained. Hey, Jaron Ennis, if you're listening to this, move up to 154, please. Actually, not even please. You don't deserve please.
Anyway, Mario Barrios.
no,
Oh, there. Yeah. Okay. Next.
no, bro.
I
He's
genuinely just don't want to
so
talk about him. He's terrible. He's terrible, and he's trying to dig up Manny Pacquiao, or he's trying to dig up Conor
bro.
Benn. Like, I just don't want
He's
to talk
got
about
to.
him.
I'm not gonna lie. He has to be down here. There's no way he's getting up.
Yeah, like life and death
Like
for Fabian
he's
Maidana and Abel Ramos.
maybe here, but like he's got as a champion. Man, he almost got knocked out by a 2024 version of Abel Ramos.
Yeah, it's not good. I mean, I don't have anything to add against this.
The two
I was
best
like-
fighters fought, he's lost conclusively.
It's weird. I think Kafu as a skill wise is so much better than Barrios. But he's like another one of these, like him and Prodigy shouldn't have the belt. But holy, Barrios is not a good champion. It's like he
Barrios.
fights like he's drained, Barrios, but he's not.
Lost to Akhmedov, lost to Javante, lost to Furman.
No, I don't blame him for those 140. He was. There's no way he should have made 140. That's fine. These welterweight fights. Thurman out of retirement. Maidana with like he fought with one eye for the whole fight, and Ramos, you're mid, you're mid.
And Javane Santiago. How the hell you say it?
Oh, Giovanni, yeah,
Giovanni.
he was good in that fight. But it's Santiago. Who cares? All right.
Terrible.
Imantas Stanionis. Don't really have anything
I
to
think he's
gauge
good.
besides Maestre
I
because
think
he hasn't
he's good.
fought in like
The
2
Twilight
years.
fight was good as well.
I'm so mad that his career got like killed like that.
Thank you, Virgil Ortiz. Thank you.
Thanks,
I think he's really good, man.
He has one of the best styles to watch, honestly.
Was an elite amateur as well. Like I'm a fanboy of him, to be honest. He's one of my favorite fighters.
I feel like style for style, he has to be somewhere in this area.
I put Leo above him.
He's just so inactive. Like
I put Leo above him, and yeah, I put him above Nishida, but below Leo.
Yeah,
that's where I put him.
But like as a style, he should be like up here, but he doesn't fight. Like
I think
he's not active at all.
Here we have the next fighter.
Oh, brother!
Who I think
Man,
Stanionis would beat.
Skill wise.
Is
But
he
he's
though?
like no. I was about to say, hold on, let me let me breathe. Skill wise, he's regressing like disgustingly. Like he like skill when he was like fighting like Lipinets and Villa and all them. He's in here, but not there's no resume to go with it. But now he still doesn't have. He doesn't. He's hold on. He still doesn't have a resume, and he's regressing in terms of defense and like his offense is getting worse. He's got to be maybe in like here, maybe like borderline down here.
I've got 2 questions here. Firstly, is he regressing or is he just actually fighting people with a pulse? Secondly, yeah, were his skills that good? Were they?
The highlight reel. The
Or
highlight reel is sexy though. The highlight reel is so sexy.
Is he just a middleweight fighting people at welterweight who are really super lightweights?
Look,
I think Stanionis would jab his head off.
He should move up to 154.
Yeah, should he?
He
has to.
Stanionis has better wins, and he's a better fighter, in my opinion.
It has like half the fights, which is funny.
Yeah, like Stanionis has better wins. Batayev and Maestro are better than Chikazian and David Avanesian.
So what are we thinking?
Stanionis is better. I'm moving down to below Stanionis, mate, honestly.
But we can't just count for them against each other, though. Like, there's still the
resume. Yeah, but I just said, like,
is inactive as hell.
Batayev and Maestro are better than Chikazian and Avanesian.
Damn.
They are.
Very good or good? What are you saying?
Oh, I think he's very good. But he's just...
here.
Look, I think he's good. I think he's skilled. Maybe not as good as some people think. I think we just see the best of him at 154. Shouldn't be fighting at 147. And he's an embarrassment, to be honest.
So
and
below Figueroa, but above like Leo, or below Leo, if we account for everything.
I think he's better than these fighters, but
he's better than a lot. Like he's skill-wise, he's better than some of these people. But like accounting everything, would this be fine? Right here?
But then again, I mean, if it's just again and over again, that's just what he is. But it's just so drained. Everyone's so drained. Why are your proper weights?
Everyone needs to stop being weight bullies.
A live body for once. Like, this is the thing.
No, it's both. It might be both. It has to be both. There's no way he's not drained.
I mean, because I don't think like Chikazian's not even that good. I mean, is he a live body? I mean,
he's live enough to hurt him.
It's like he came to win, yeah, but I mean, Chikazian's not that good, which is why it's so bad that the second fight, anyway, at least that was like close.
Let's just go down his list of opponents. Yeah, Sergei Lipinets nearly got stopped by Robbie Davis. Thomas DeLaw made journeyman. Cassio Clayton hasn't fought again. Karen Chikazian had a life and death with Harry Scarf. Romain Villa got knocked out by a journeyman. David Avanesian on a week's notice, who wasn't any good anyway. Karen Chikazian again in a much worse performance.
Well, all I know is that there is a small part of boxing Twitter that doesn't think he's any good, and they think that what we're seeing now is what they've always seen, basically. I know there's people that don't think he's that good. Think he's very overrated.
He's a little overrated at this point, to be honest. But he's gonna get so overrated that he's gonna become underrated at some point, to be honest.
I'm just waiting to like fully judge him when he moves up.
Okay, but right now, what are you saying? Below Figueroa?
Like right now, I mean, he just went life and death with Chikazian, man.
Can I just say something?
Yeah.
We have.
Yeah.
We can't judge Navarrete in his lightweight fight, yeah? Because you said he's at super feather, and we're basing him at super feather.
Yeah, but he moved back down to look good.
Darren Ennis at 154 because one, we haven't seen him at 154, and two, he's the champion at welterweight.
My logic is being used against me.
So we're saying,
I'm saying once the right man. I'm saying Stanionis jabbed his head off. That's what I'm saying. I mean, you two can change it. I'm saying Stanionis beats that boy.
No.
Look, my logic has been used against me. I have nothing else to say.
Conceded. Taking that knee is crazy. All right, Brian Norman.
Should be named Brian Midman.
Okay, all right. You said it.
I mean,
I like Norman, but he's
made
like,
he made the throw.
I think he was like not good at all, and then he
But 2 fights ago,
became
he got dropped
crazy.
by Pro Box legend.
I
Boca
love me
Chica.
some Jen Nelson Boca Chica, man. But he ravaged Sin. Like that was like two completely different fighters, and then he was about to fight Cuevas, but he got he got injured or something.
Isn't he the youngest champion in boxing?
I think he's a little. They're like there's like a couple of people who are like 24, so it's like months in between them. It's like it's either him, Rosa Ayala, or Bam. I think Bam's about to turn 25 this month actually. But yeah,
But yeah, I guess that
I think he does. I don't think he's at the bottom. Just
he's better than Lamont Roach. He's better than Lamont Roach. Lamont Roach doesn't have a performance as good as Santi on. Oh my god.
Right. Oh god. Damn. Jesus.
He doesn't though, does he? Like,
oh, this is disgusting.
he is better than Lamont Roach.
Mr. Firth. Oh no, he's dead. He's dead. All right. I don't know, man. He might have to be. Yeah, I think he's gonna be here.
I think so. Oh god.
Mr. Fundora.
You can't spell Sebastian Fundora without aura.
Without aura. This picture of him does not display any aura whatsoever. I apologize, Sebastian, but man, got chinned off Mendoza and just flipped his whole career over.
I put him in decent.
I don't know about that. He's
the back end of decent.
The back end of decent?
Yeah.
You're a psychopath.
What do you mean?
Here?
A couple of places to the left. I'd say above Nick Ball.
I feel like you gotta put in everything. Like we're putting in everything, like resume and form and just like skill and everything. He's on form after probably thinking that through all his like life and death fights that finally something like had stopped him. Like it finally caught up to him, all those punches he took against Ocampo and Lubin and all those people. He like I said earlier, revitalized himself.
With the resume
his
thing.
new performance.
Jorge Cotter. Yeah.
Let's stick in the vicinity of like the last couple of years.
He lost Sergio Garcia first off. Last 5 fights, he lost to Sergio Garcia, got a gift. I thought Garcia won it. Anyway, that was close. Lubin got dropped out of life and death. Lubin's not very good anyway. The only other really good fighter that Lubin's fought, he got banged out in a round, and he lost to Jesus Ramos, who's not that good anyway. And Carlos Ocampo had a life and death. Ocampo, the only other 2 good fighters he's fought, he's got stopped in a round by.
I think you're disrespecting Fundora a little bit.
A split decision against Tim Tszyu, where he boxed like through by background much Rozaliev. So it's up to you, but
man, I don't.
Well, where have you put
right here, in between Ball and Barancic. But I was saying, I think he's better than this. I think he just had a slip, like he just had a slip up.
Look, I mean, if you take away him getting chin in a fight he was like clearly winning, I mean, look, when you're 6'7", I mean, just getting caught with those punches, it can just happen, can't it? And look, I mean, he's done a lot better for someone that looks like they get chinned in every single fight.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's so impressive that he's so good on the inside for being so big, to be honest.
I think he's a bit better than this.
I mean, I think he's good. I mean, he's not crazy. It's just
So
how do you rank a six
I was
foot
like,
seven junior middleweight who fights on the inside? Like he has good wins, and he's been iced, and some of his opponents haven't been great, or they've got iced or lost badly against other opponents.
I,
Like Ocampo getting stopped in a round.
I think he gets
When
deducted points because of like his his cliff jump, but then he gets some points for like bringing it back a little, and by a little he is unified world champion. But like,
Look, on that date that he beats Himzo, he was meant to fight somebody called Sir Boadrock. Would he have beaten Sir Boadrock that night? No, he
that would have
wouldn't.
been fight of the year.
He would have got knocked out. Does he beat Virgil Ortiz? No. Does he beat Jaron Ennis? No. Does he beat Jonas Tellez? No.
Why do you bring up some like random? You went from the
This is what
top
I
of the
mean. I'm
division
bringing up
to
random
Tellez.
154s. I'm bringing up random 154s because he loses to a lot of random 154s. And for me, a champion that loses to a lot of the random fighters in his division isn't a good champion.
It was what, but it was different. It's 154, so they probably all kick each other's ass, to be honest. But
Maybe. I don't know, man. I'm a bit easy on it, but I just don't think he's that good. It remains to be seen. Like you can put him where you want, but
I think
I
he's
think
good.
he
But
gets caught way too much. He mixes it up way too much, and I think without the cut, Timzu would have knocked him out.
I think he's fine here.
That's okay. Yeah, probably better than Oswaldo. That's fair.
Yeah.
Maybe even is he better than Foster? I don't know. I don't think he's better than Foster.
It's that one's close, and then with Tsutsumi, like he's again, like we said earlier, he's effective, but like
Tsumi's like
he's more effective at what he does than what he's more effective at what he does.
Tsumi's a good fighter, man. Next one is no debate.
Terrence Bud Crawford.
I don't think he's better. I think.
Well, actually, this hold on.
I don't think he's better than Jesse Rodriguez. I think that's fine for him. I don't think he's better.
Again, we're not grading on peak. He's like Crawford is like at the very end of his career. He's like
and he's up a weight.
37.
I think that's right.
It's like in pound for pound, this is not how it is. It's funny because it's actually probably like this with like Usyk here, or maybe like here, but like skill wise and everything put together.
I mean, I've seen people with Bam ahead of Terrence Crawford in their pound for pound list.
It's like it's not that crazy anymore. And they probably dropped him off because of the Majimov fight.
Yeah, it's because he has been very inactive, and he's getting to the end of his career.
Yeah, that's why.
I mean, I still have Crawford above Bam, pound for pound.
But he's dropping, obviously. Like if Bam fights again before Crawford gets to he'll probably just keep going down.
Like Crawford, man, skill for skill. Maybe not this Crawford, but like a couple years ago, best fighter in the world.
Yeah. All right, Bakram Murtazaliev. Wow, two different fighters between Kolke and Zoo.
I'd
How
say
do you
above Richardson Hitchens, below Nishida. In good.
hear?
Yep. I don't know about you, but that's where I'd rate it.
He is like in the middle tier of champions. It was weird 'cause after Kokai, I was like, he probably shouldn't even be champion the way he was fighting. But then he ran Zoo clean over. So
Look, with one performance that's bad, and there's reasons for it according to all their team, and everyone's saying that he probably shouldn't have even fought that night. Then he goes in and does that to Tim Zoo. I'm willing to sort of not forget, but sort of forgive that performance a little bit. Not forget it. Like there's still holes there technically, but like there was also reasons for it. Like it's a bit.
it was like, what was it, Ramadan around the time he
Yeah, and he
fought?
was off weight badly, and he was hardly training, and
And
they
it's funny because it would have been a way bigger stain on him if it went the distance and he got the decision that he shouldn't have got because he was winning on the cards instead of he actually ended up getting to stop him anyway. So
yeah, and like even still, like he had a really bad performance, but like he's massive. He was coming forward. He was eating shots really easily, and he was throwing 100 punches around. Like
him and Espinoza Espinoza and Fandora are some like crazy anomalies in the sport
yeah.
and that have all come together like at once.
And against Tim Zoo, by the way, he had a broken right hand.
Oh, so he probably broke it hitting him so much.
Yeah,
Jeez.
like
But yeah, he's an underrated fighter. I think
yeah, I think he's good there. Like
6'2", 154 pound.
man, he's a light heavyweight. He like I was watching the Zoo fight back a couple of weeks ago or a couple of days ago, sorry, and he is so big. Like the size difference there was ridiculous.
Yeah. I guess we gotta go another upgraded champion, Carlos Adames.
Um, look, I think every upgraded champion should be put in mid.
Yeah, that would be half the sport, pal.
Exactly.
Yeah, so we can't do that.
Well, maybe they.
He might. Outside, he might end up being here anyway. So,
Look, maybe they should win their belts in the ring.
well, it's not their fault.
It's not, but they have to get penalized for it on my rankings tier list.
It's like with resume too. What does he have? Gauche and J Rock in 2023. Like, you're getting thrown back here. I'm not gonna lie.
He's better. No. He's better than Barrios. He's better than Barrios.
He's not a good champion though. Well, I don't even want to talk about him that much. This is him right here. Arizlandi Lara.
Look, Arizona Lara. I mean, he's good. He is good, but he's not really a middleweight though, is he? And he's 60 years old.
And he's fought bums for his last two.
Respect Michael Zaratnab. But I didn't think he was gonna stop Danny Garcia. That was such a weird thing to look at.
Danny Garcia.
I know, but it's like one of those fighters like Hurd and like people that you wouldn't really expect to get stopped. Danny Garcia, I thought he was gonna retire without a stoppage.
He did retire though. That's the point.
I know, but like,
Look,
He retired in the fight. He
no,
didn't
that's
throw a
what
punch. And he just quit.
I
I
thought he
know. I'm just
was
saying, looking at
gonna
his
dominate
record,
him.
seeing a knockout loss on there just looks weird for him.
I thought he was gonna dominate him. I didn't think he was gonna stop him, but I'm not like crazy surprised by the way he got stopped.
I don't know where to rank him because how many fights does he have left in his career either? He's the oldest champion. He's what 41
Look, he's good.
allegedly. Like
He's good, but he's not really middleweight, and he hasn't really fought
He hasn't fought anyone in
one
6.5
good
or 5.5 years. He hasn't fought
at
anyone since
middleweight.
Stefano.
I feel like he's good as him, but like not be able to gauge it off resume. I feel like he has to be somewhere here, like
I'd
down
put
in
him
East
as-
Leicester.
I'd put him as better than Jerusalem.
I mean, we can't.
What do you have
I
to-
mean, because he's like, at least he's like high up in like the skill level.
I'd put him better than Ball as well, actually.
Because
Do I?
lots of these, yeah, I would. Lots of these fighters aren't even high up in the skill level. At least Lara is. He's just
Yeah.
old and not an actual middleweight and hasn't
We
fought
put
any
him
good middleweights.
above Barenchik.
I think it's better than Barenchik.
probably.
Who's next
Not
to
better than
Barenchik?
Puello.
Puello.
He's not better than Puello. Yeah, it's the thing. Like, look at
That's
who
close, but
Lara's
like,
fought at middleweight.
I was about to say, we still have to include resume in here. I think we could keep Puello above him right here.
Yeah, like you don't know if he's washed or not because he's. Well, Danny Garcia was a good fighter, but he's a 140 and he didn't throw a punch. Michael Zarafa's terrible. Spike O'Sullivan, yeah. And then Cornflake Lamanna, who's essentially a journeyman.
Yeah, I
Like,
think
what's
that
he done?
makes
Had a
sense.
fixed fight against Juan Carlos Abreu, and that's all he's really done.
All right. Janabek.
Alem Hanala.
You're gonna hate me.
Yeah, I know where you're going. No.
No,
He's
I think he's great. I think he's a great fighter.
he's like somewhere. It's like again, the resume is like beating
He's
his
better than
ass. Right
Teofimo
now, but, like,
Lopez. He's better than Teofimo Lopez. Come on. Come on, he's better than Tio. He's better than Tio. And he might be better than Schema as well.
I don't know if I'm going that far.
And he might be better than Gento.
Oh, right.
Okay.
He might be better than Gento.
Are you still drunk from last night?
He might be better than Gento.
No, we're sticking him. We're gonna.
If you want to put him
No,
above
the
Tio,
debate.
okay,
The
I'm
debate is
fine.
here. The debate is right here.
Well, I don't
I-
think he's better than Teofimo. Who's that next to? That's
This is
Espinosa.
Espinosa right here,
Espinosa.
and this is Martinez over here.
Look, well, it's not up to you. I mean, I wouldn't even put him in very good. I mean, I
You
think
put
he's
him
good.
lower than very good.
Yeah, I put him in good.
Where would you
I
put
mean,
him in good though? At the top of it.
Yeah, near the top.
So you put him behind Figueroa.
Yeah.
His resume again he's like a skillful fighter, but he hasn't really shown it against anybody we need to see it against.
And he went life and death with Denzel Bentley.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I forgot about that. He's staying right there.
I mean, like you might have had it wide in score, but he didn't look good against Denzel.
I didn't have it wise. I think it was like 7-5, 8-4, bro.
I had it close. He went life and death with Denzel Bentley.
That was,
Nine for Gento.
it was not that wide.
I haven't watched it in ages. So.
And even if you did have it wide, I mean, that was a competitive fight. And it shouldn't have been.
He'll knock out Denzel Bentley this year, though. Don't worry.
He should have knocked out Denzel Bentley the first time.
I was gonna say, why are we rematching Denzel Bentley in 2025?
Because that's the middleweight and that's the WBO.
Ewy. All right. Super middleweight. Canelo Alvarez.
Look, Canelo is... Well, he's great.
He's not elite anymore.
He's not elite anymore.
Not elite anymore. So the debate is here.
He's better than Shakur.
It's like
They're
Man,
like top end the grade is the perfect place.
he used to be right in the vicinities, man.
Because like even now, I mean, like he really might not be great anymore, but I mean we have to respect him enough to. I mean he's still beating like good fighters, even if the best fight he's beat since he lost to Bevo just got Chin.
Like someone from France as well. Like that's bad.
You know,
No, no.
that's
You
funny
think
as well
of that
because that's his like really that's his best performance since losing to Bevo, and that guy just got Chin.
by a non-punching French middleweight.
Yeah, it's disgusting work.
The Canelo fall off has been crazy,
Yeah. Right.
but you know he's achieved so much, and you know he was so great for ages.
Definitely. All right. William
Even
Skull. Oh no, yeah, you go. Keep going. Keep glazing Canelo. Go ahead.
I was about to not glaze Canelo. I was about to say
All
even
right.
if his best win is
Non-glazing.
even if his best win is controversial.
True. One of the most controversial.
That being the second Golovkin fight, which I used to have Golovkin winning that fight. Now I don't. I went from like 7-5 Golovkin to draw. Now I have like a 7-5 Canelo.
I've always had a 7-5 Canelo, to be honest.
I've always had it to Golovkin.
It's one of those fights.
Whoever scores the first fight for Canelo needs to jump off a cliff headfirst onto your neck. Thank you. William Skull.
He's better than Lamont Roach.
Oh,
He is better than Lamont Roach.
he might still be drunk. You might be right.
Look, I mean, I just need to know what is this infatuation you have with Cubans, man?
He's better than Lamont Roach.
He's not though.
He is better
Well,
than Lamont Roach.
Right now, he has the Shishkin. As a champion, Shishkin. He arguably lost. He almost got stopped. And he's one of the weakest. He might have to be down here, actually. Like the
He's
top
better
of
than
down here.
Lamont Roach.
Or like here. Damn.
It's fine. Well, you have the. Toga Giraffe.
He's not. He has like the
I
Lamont
have
Roach
him like
heat
above
fetish
Roach,
shut on the-
less than Norman, but like he's better than Roach.
I'll give you this right here. You're not getting Roach. Though.
He's not better than Kakachi though. I don't agree.
So what are you doing?
Kakachi.
Actually, you know, it doesn't matter. You have like a Roach fetish. Pause. I don't know. That's great.
Leave him there, but I think he's better than Roach. But anyway,
Artur Beterbiev.
he's better than Terence Crawford.
Well, he's elite, isn't he?
He's
Yes,
better
he
than
is.
Terence Crawford as well.
It's better than how you anyway. No.
No, I'd stick him. I'd stick him at the bottom.
Behind Crawford?
Yeah.
Right now?
Yeah, but I mean, look, I mean, there's a lot of people that don't think he beat Dimitri Bivol.
But I'm not a lot of people, though.
I know we all had him winning, but we know
that's
that.
why it's our rankings, buddy.
Right, that fight. Never. I acknowledge that fight is close enough that could have gone either way.
I don't.
Hot
So.
take.
Exactly.
A lot of people had his round match from beating Terence Crawford as well.
Well, I don't acknowledge that fight could have gone to match
All
Muff
right. See?
because he sat there bloody fainting and jumping up most of the fight with except for the right hand he landed.
Talkers, do you want him behind Crawford?
I think he's better than Crawford, but it's up to you.
I'm not gonna lie.
You're the deciding factor.
He's staying right there. I'm not gonna lie to you.
And I also don't believe Terence Crawford actually beat Errol Spence.
Okay.
He beat the ghost of Errol Spence. That wasn't Errol Spence in that way.
That's enough. All right. Badu Jack.
Mid.
Wow.
Worse than Panya Pepper's doesn't actually fight. He's worse than
Actually,
Panya.
that
He
is
doesn't
I'm
fight.
not gonna lie.
He doesn't fight. So yeah.
He hasn't fought in 2 years and got upgraded. That's crazy work. Actually, almost 3 years to the day. He hasn't fought since was either
He hasn't
February
fought since he
22
beat
or
him
February
on
23.
the undercard of Jake Paul against Tommy Fury.
I don't remember if that was 2023 or 2022.
It was 2023.
Okay, so 2 years ago. So.
I don't have any counter argument to that.
Yeah.
He just doesn't fight. Like,
All right, yeah.
I think he's very good, but he just doesn't fight.
Doesn't fight, and he just got given his belt back, upgraded again.
Reinstated, it says here.
Yeah.
All right,
I mean-
next, Zerto Ramirez.
Zerto's
Man.
good, man. Zerto is good.
I'm not gonna lie, you got to get your ass up here, buddy.
Oh yeah, that's good. That's cool.
It might be good.
I mean,
around.
I don't know if he's great. But
He's not. He's
good.
not better than Colazo. He's not better than Colazo.
I mean, he can go around. I mean, I'd probably put him maybe in front or just behind Puma.
I'm gonna do this
Because, let's be honest, I mean, I don't think his resume is not that crazy. But he did have a great 2024.
That's what I'm saying.
But Talkers has to give him credit because he fought Crispin Smith too big, too strong.
Too big,
Yeah.
too strong. Too big,
Yeah.
too strong. He
And
made
if we
the
send him that
skills
credit, I
pay
give
the
him-
bills.
Well, I mean, I'd put him below Puma, but it's.
I put him above him though. He
And
might even be better than Nakatani.
He's not. Okay, you're doing too much. We'll stick him.
got the deciding vote.
We're gonna keep him. Nah.
Because, I mean, he did just beat Ioka. He's better with
Okay,
beat Ankar
let's-
twice.
Let's stick him right. Let's stick him right here. This is crazy. This looks crazy right here. This right.
Look, maybe Teofimo Lopez should not be.
No, I know. It just disgust. Like 4 years, he beat Lomachenko with like almost pure ease, and now he's back down here with former unknown fighters.
4 years ago, he was winning a Fire of the Year, or joint Fire of the Year.
He should
Then a year later, he was losing Upset of the Year.
Disgusting. All right. Let's move on from that. Jai Opataya. He's like good. He's like overrated. to hell.
I think he's better than T.O., worse than Zerdo.
He could be. I mean, I think would I pick him? I don't even know who I'd pick to beat who
This
in
is
that fight. To be
this could
honest,
be a great fight.
that's like a 50-50 fight. To be honest,
Yeah.
So hold on. So the vote is, who do you think's gonna win? I guess at this point.
Zerdo.
I
Okay.
don't know. So you got the.
Who knows? Next week we'll be asking to change this tier list and take him off.
Yeah, maybe.
I want to keep.
Maybe
him
he
like
gets chinned by David Nico.
that would be crazy work.
It wouldn't surprise me because Neek is a good fighter.
He is a good fighter.
I know, but it's like him in talks with like unifying, becoming undisputed, and then losing to David.
I mean, this is so much better than Sin Cara.
True.
Opataya needs to fight either 45-year-olds or York Hall bums to be any good. So,
Or just 9-round fights.
Yeah, he just falls apart in the last quarter of the fight. Daniel Dubois. Wow,
I mean,
what a resurgence, man! You're up here.
no.
I was just dragging him up.
Oh.
Hold on. I was just dragging. I was trying to get him up there so I could scroll. Chill.
he's pretty, very good, isn't he?
I wouldn't say very good.
Like
I'd say Leo's better. I'd say Leo's better. Look, man. Listen. Hergovich,
listen.
look, he's had this 3-fight run, yeah, good wins and that. Filip Hergovich is terrible. And to be clear, I've picked him to win every single one of these fights by KO. So, like, whatever. Gerald Miller was going life and death with Lucas Brown about 6 months before that fight. Yeah. Filip Hergovich is terrible. Anthony Joshua is chinny, had no defense, and had no confidence. Daniel Dubois is not a very good fighter. Like, he's a good fighter. But ultimately, the two best fighters he's fought, he's quit against. And you have to take into consideration that a current fighter who's been robbed of being on this tier list dropped him 3 times in a round.
Well,
The debate's here.
I do not think Joyce is one of the 2 best fighters he's fought. But Usyk is definitely the best fighter he's fought. He arguably didn't win a round, and it wasn't controversial. And he quit. But, well, if you want to put him behind, was it Leo? I mean, I don't really have any arguments against that. I mean, Dubois is a good fighter.
I'll keep him there.
The wins he's had impressive. I mean, the Miller, less so. I mean, the Hergovich one was impressive.
Hergovich is terrible.
Look, so is the division. What can you do outside of
I've got a
Usyk?
question actually on Dubois. Daniel Dubois against Zhilei Zhang. Who would you pick to win that fight?
That's crazy to ask me.
Well,
what the hell is wrong with you?
Look,
what the hell is wrong with you?
Dubois.
Who hits who first?
I don't think it's that.
I don't think it's who hits who first because Zhang seems to have like a crazy chin, and Dubois can get hurt. And he gets hit
and drowned too. So
he gets hit a lot, especially early
with straight punches. Most of them.
And I mean, Zhang, he's speedy, so fast, man. His hands are so fast. Like Dubois made AJ look slow, and Zhang's gonna make Dubois look even slower.
Which is crazy to say for a 300-pound like powerhouse like that could be like one of the fastest fighters in the division.
Man.
He might even lose to Parker, you know.
He might lose to Parker.
I'm still debating on that one too, actually.
So am
I really have no idea. I mean, there's loads of people that I spoke to that are confident Parker's winning this fight.
Also, Parker looks like he's in insane shape,
and they think like it's going to be easy as well. They don't think it's going to be close.
It'll be close, I think. I don't know that Dubois jab, man, against Parker. Like we've sort of seen how Parker deals with a massive man spamming jabs at him.
Maybe he learned from that.
Yeah, but he could have learned from AJ, and then he got stopped by the big jugger.
Yeah, but he was young. You know, he was young when he lost to AJ.
He was about 30 when he lost to jugger.
Yeah, he was young, so he doesn't know any better. He was like, "Oh, it's fine." But now he's older, mature, more wise. He's like, "Yeah, I've definitely got to improve on stuff. Learn to defend the jab, like Terence Crawford can defend the jab." You may or may not have seen the video I sent of him defending a jab.
Like cross guarding it.
Yeah, did. That was good.
Yep, he parried the jab. My first account's new name.
But it's you can defend the jab, but do you get offset by we're breaking down that fight too much, but like will Parker get offset by defending the jab? Like that's I don't know. It's a close fight.
I have no idea.
It's a close fight. It's a close fight, man.
Because like Crawford defends jabs, but they don't affect him. He doesn't get offset. Like he can do that. He can do that shit in his sleep.
But Dubois' jab might be the most powerful jab in boxing.
It might. It's not a Spence jab, of course.
No. But yeah, I think he's right about that.
Alexander. Okay, go ahead.
I mean, Dave Allen did say Dubois' jab is the hardest punch he's been hit with. And he's fought a lot of punches.
I'm not going to make a joke about Dave Allen saying something. Don't worry.
Did he dribble it out? Could he get the words out?
You know, he was one like he was telling quite a few people sort of behind the scenes off the record that Dubois was going to absolutely pummel Joshua. He was like telling everyone.
Which is kind of surprising because I don't actually think he made a prediction, on his channel. I
I
think he
don't
kind of
watch
sat on
it.
the fence, and I think he said that you have to favor AJ. I can't remember, but he may have picked you. I can't remember. It was so long ago.
I don't watch his channel, so I wouldn't know. But,
I do. Great man.
Speaking of great men,
Yeah, the best
no.
man in the sport. Oh, it's so fitting. Just finish off with Usyk.
would you look at that?
Yeah. And that's it done.
Woo!
I mean, like, there's nothing else you can say about Usyk, really. Is
Generational.
there?
Yeah, best fight is era.
Yep. I'm just looking at this now. Is there anything that I'd change?
Yeah, probably.
Well, yeah, I think I know who.
No, anything that I'd change that, but you wouldn't.
But I don't think like that's too bad. I mean, it's not like perfect for all of us, but
Are we
Okay,
overrating
I was gonna,
Alvarado?
maybe a little because he doesn't have too many fights, but
Yeah.
like
I
we
don't
haven't
know.
seen too much of him.
like from what I've seen, I mean, he's good. We'll just see what he
But he's
does.
also had a dominant KO loss. That's the thing. Like,
I mean, he did.
Isn't a life lightweight either. So
I mean, that was a good fight. He moved down for that fight. That was a good fight. Made the
yeah.
list. Obviously, it's Kenshiro.
I think
I
that's
think,
about right.
yeah, I think we're good.
So
Like,
yeah,
obviously, look. I mean, like all these fighters, like they're all good fighters. It's just that
yeah, there's one fight that's not good.
That's enough.
it's just that like when it comes to world level, some are better than others, and some people have to be the worst when it comes
Who's
to world
British
champions.
champion right now? Reese Bellotti. I'd pick Reese Bellotti over Lamont Roach.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, let's wrap it up. Let's wrap it up.
Yeah, let's wrap it
All
up.
right. Well,
And
let us know what you.
I'd pick the Commonwealth. Actually, he's not even Commonwealth champion anymore. I can't even say that.
Look, if I stuck Lamont Roach at British or Commonwealth level, he's running through them all with no trouble at all.
He's not beating Sugar Boy Roy, and I like.
Chop off his arm and he's beating everyone.
He's not beating Sugar Boy Roy, and he's not beating Yadi Herrera.
Yeah.
Well,
enough with these. Enough.
that's
Well, let us know what
right.
you guys think in the
Yeah,
comments.
let us know what you think. If you even made it this far, we'll probably post this graphic on Twitter, or something. We'll post it somewhere. We've there's probably one or two that we're going to get absolutely cooked for here, but yeah. Thanks for listening. To the by far the longest episode we've ever done. It's probably a mess at some points, but yeah. All the links are below, and yeah, thanks for listening.
See you in episode 27.